only thing we have to
Beer.
is
Beer.
itself.
Beer. So many choices.
Only no function beer well without.
Woohoo! Beer! Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Busters. We're going to bring you the news and reviews, of course, of your favorite brews. My name is Dan Baker, and yes, I am joined by my co-host and brewologist,
Steph Hefner.
and the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
We're actually recording. Thank God.
Woohoo!
Everything
Yeah,
works now.
everything's fine now.
Now everything's fine. Everything's normal. This is okay.
We started with some technical difficulties,
We
but
did.
we are professionals. We pressed on.
And now that the microphones are working, you can hear all the stuff that is going on in the background. There are loud noises, and there will be plenty more, but it is for a good
it's quiet
event.
now.
We are at the Capital City Airport in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. 2 episodes in a row
Yep.
out of the capital city
Yep.
of Pennsylvania. But this is for Hedz Hangar Jam Live.
Woohoo!
I'm excited to be here.
This is going to be a little different from
Yeah.
our normal. I mean, it's not really a beer fest. There's several of our favorite breweries and brew friends all around us. We are in the beer corner appropriately, but there's going to be music. There's extreme sports. There's skateboarders warming up over there as we speak. There's going to be some BMX stuff going on. There's wine and spirits right over here. Got some food.
Oh, yeah.
This is definitely a Bart Kaminsky event.
For
That
sure,
is true.
for sure.
That is true. Punk rock, skateboarding, and bikes
And heavy
beer.
metal.
Yeah.
It's kind of unlike any other event that I've ever experienced, so I'm really excited about it.
No, it's cool. I would not have ever thought to put these 3 things together, but I'm sure Bart has dreamed of this for years.
And we should clarify, we are literally in an airport hangar.
Yeah,
right
we are in a
now,
hangar, and
which
it's
is
very
cool.
breezy in here.
It's a little chilly.
yeah.
It's a little
I'm
chilly.
sure Bart's going to sell a lot of hoodies over there at the Hophead stand.
He thought ahead.
He
That's-
did.
yep,
Yes,
yep.
he did.
Now I get it. Now
So,
I get it.
can I announce off the top that we had 2 people that won our
We
contest?
did. Hey,
Yes.
congratulations
So-
to you, the winners.
A few weeks ago, we had asked our listeners to figure out which 2 episodes we recorded in the same day. And Jill and Kathy got it correct. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Kathy's last name. So those ladies have...
Obachevsky.
Nice job. See, you're good at it. Jill Chivers and Kathy
Obachevsky.
won Beer Busters t-shirts and some other goodies that I threw in the bag, which I mailed out this morning. So congratulations, ladies. And for our listeners, if you were too lazy to look it up, it was episodes 17 and 18. We were so naive and stupid back then. And we recorded with Steve Armstrong in the afternoon and then Christian Mosbach in the evening. And that was a bad idea.
It snowed.
It did snow.
It
I remember.
snowed. I
It
drive
did
back
snow.
to Philly.
Those are some of my favorite pictures, outside with the snow
We
and the
had
snowman.
that was cool.
the Golden Avalanche crowlers in
Uh-huh.
the snow, like next to the Holly Bush at Steph's place.
And you
That was
put the
pretty cool.
Armstrong Ales logo on the bottle,
beer
that
bottle, yes.
that the snowman was holding.
A little
So
photoshopping.
Yes,
I
and
do. I do feel like we actually talked about that more recently. So I have a feeling that our winners didn't have to go all the way back through the archives.
yeah, but they're still
Well,
awesome. And good
they
job
are.
for doing the digging and figuring out. And congratulations.
And both of them patrons too. So thank you for that.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for that as well. And speaking of Patreon, of course, you can go to patreon.com/beerbusters and access all the cool behind-the-scenes stuff. You get Last Call, and you get to watch and listen to those punishments that we have.
We've got 2 so far. Unfortunately, we probably won't have any for this or the previous episode.
The punishment videos are so awesome. They're hilarious.
These are event episodes, so we're not really doing a game.
Can we
but-
record some sort of silly video here today for
I mean,
our
we can.
patrons? I love the videos.
I mean, patrons, if you guys want to see more of our ugly mugs on Patreon, we'll record other random
I
shit.
love that my face is in neither of the videos, by the way. I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah. Dan wasn't in the one at the Shaler was kind of brief.
That
Yeah.
video is
And he was-
hilarious.
Yeah.
He was at the other end of the
Oh
table.
my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and Joe pounded that. We did not expect that.
Not at all.
No.
Not
we
at
shouldn't
all.
give too much away. No
I know,
spoilers,
yeah,
no
we're
spoilers.
yep,
Got to be a
that's-
patron.
That's why I stopped myself. The non-paid places you can find us are beerbusterspodcast.com, at beerbusters on Twitter and Instagram, and of course there is Beerbusters Podcast on Facebook as well. But Patreon is the one where you really want to see, because there's lots of cool stuff. There will be fun videos here, I'm sure. The event is probably going to get underway very soon. We will have an interview at some point with Bart. The man is running around trying to get everything set up, so I'm sure he's doing a lot of stuff. We'll get some brewery friends, and we will get some extreme athletes and possibly some musicians on, too.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen, so we're just going to play it by ear. But through the magic of the internet, you're going to hear something in a second.
Yeah, that is true. Well, here we are. Hedz Hangar Jam Live. Well, we would be totally remiss if we were at this event that Bart was so kind to invite us to if we didn't have the man on the show, and he has brought friends with him, and I'm so glad that we get to branch out from beer a little bit. This is awesome. So we do have Bart from Hedz.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for...
so good to be back.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us out here. Thanks for coming on the show.
You guys, like, immediately when I started concocting this whole thing, like, the Beer Busters were always a part of this event.
Oh,
so
you're
right
always
from
so
the start
kind.
of your heart.
You're so
yeah,
cool.
like I pretty much, if I do anything big from now on, I'm just going to add you to the list of assets to
I'm
the
cool with
event,
that.
and then run it by you later.
Yeah, right.
That's fine. As long as we have a table in the
Just send
corner
me a save the
Yup,
date, please.
yup.
and an
That's all
outlet.
I need. That's all I
We
need.
need a table and electricity. We're
Exactly,
fine.
and we're good otherwise. And we've learned to bring 2 mixers with, and that actually helped us today.
Yeah. I was actually thinking on the way here. I think you've been on the podcast more in an unofficial capacity,
True.
where you just sort of like
Yeah.
were somewhere
Pop in, yeah.
and
Happen
you just
to be
like
somewhere.
randomly sat down. Probably more than official. So
I love it. I'm getting so used to the media. This whole past week, I was actually doing radio interviews on
Yeah.
105.7. So I did
heard
3
it.
different ones.
Ah,
Pretty
yeah.
amazing.
So yeah, the first one was the People's Morning Show. So I was
Nice.
it was a little nerve wracking, but they were
Nah.
like so cool. Like
Yeah.
they just made you really relax. So yeah, I'm starting to get my media chops
Good,
really underneath
good.
me lately. So
You should, since you own a company. And before we go too far into that, we can't go much further without introducing the friends you've just introduced us to.
Yes.
We have Scott Weaver, and you are
BMX
freestyler.
Yep, we're putting on demos here today.
That's awesome.
We got all the ramps out here. Got the guys, crew. Got some X Games guys out here. So
That's so cool.
yeah,
I've
I guess
always
the real deal.
I've always been afraid to say that I like things like the X Games and extreme sports because I know there's, much like every other sport that I would watch, there's no way in hell I could ever do it.
That's how most people are. Yes.
Cool. I would be
Fun
in a
to
body
watch.
cast
Most
for the
people
rest
don't
of
want
my
to have
life.
anything to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I always tell them you got to be young and dumb. Start when you're young and dumb. When you get older, you're not going to get into
young
it.
and dumb and heal fast. That's the
Exactly.
important part.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we also have Jay. And Jay, I didn't get your last name. I'm so sorry.
It's Heitman.
Heitman. Thank you so much. Jay Heitman, and you are lead singer of Gallow Glass.
That's correct.
So what kind of music is Gallow Glass?
It's we're a heavy metal outfit. That's the best way to describe it. Donnie and I were actually riding up here today and trying to think of words to describe our band, and we always have trouble coming up with bands that we sound like because we don't really sound like anybody else.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's like it's melodic, violent.
Very
brutality.
violent. Yeah.
I like
you know,
it. I like it.
But you can understand what I'm saying. I think. I hope. And my guitar player, my lead guitar player Don, is classically trained. He's an amazing musician. So
Cool.
The elements that he brings to the band, sort of the Tchaikovsky element, if you will.
He's one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my.
I always joke with people that his guitar is his brain, because when you meet him, he's kind of like really low key and doesn't say much, but when he puts his guitar on, you're like, oh my god, this guy's a genius. So he's quite the asset.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to watching you guys.
Yeah,
So I have to
thank
ask,
you.
though, this is a very, very unique event.
Yeah.
To have, like, heavy metal acts, we have BMX bikers, we have beer. How did this even come together in your mind?
To make a really long story short, basically, about 3 years ago, I ran into the BMX Trick Stars. Scott, you weren't with the team then, I guess. But I ran into them out in San Antonio. They were performing at the rodeo, which, trust me, if you've ever been to the rodeo in San Antonio, it's a really big fucking deal. So there was like
Oh, we can
between
swear on
all
this?
the-
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is like satellite radio. So, anyways, I mean, and I'm so in the midst of like real cowboys, like wrestling bulls and shit like that. There had BMX shows set up. So me and my brother-in-law were like, dude, we got to check this out. And lo and behold, it was Rob Nolly. So, of course, I'm like, man, can we get you guys to Pennsylvania? So he actually said, he was like, hey, I'm setting up a team in Orlando. When I do, we'll definitely do PA shows. So when they got to Orlando, Rob kept his word. He hit me up, and he's like, let's do some PA shows. So I've been waiting to do something with the Brass Monkeys forever. And this just seemed like the perfect fit. So I was like, all right, we get the Brass Monkeys, we get the BMX guys, and then I've been friends with Jay Willie and Gallow Glass forever. The Anthrophobia guys playing, I've been friends with them forever. So naturally, I'm just going to, I'm friends with you guys. All the breweries here are my friends. Like, so I'm like, let's just get all my friends out here. Let's have the biggest party we can. And let's find a place that's big enough to do this shit. So naturally, we had to get the airplane hangar. So here we are. That's pretty much in a nutshell how it came together. And the last band, Drew and the Blue, we should try to get you guys to interview them. So I kept the opening slot open in case I saw something that blew me away. And if I didn't, I was like, I'll figure something out. Maybe we'll play music. So I'm at Johnny Joe's last weekend, And there's a surf rock band called Drew and the Blue, and they sound like they're straight out of 1960s, like Venice Beach, like surf rock and roll. These guys have so much energy. It was unreal. They blew me away. As soon as they were done with their set, I'm like, can you guys play my opening slot? And they were like, hell yeah.
That's so cool.
So, yeah, that's how I got the last band. But that's pretty much it right there.
Dude,
that's how
that's
it all
great.
came together.
Very cool.
So I've noticed there are children that are skateboarding over there. I'm assuming they're some of the performers because they look awesome. Are they performing over there as well?
I think they're the local guys.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
So
wrong.
besides the BMX Trick Stars, we also have the Razor Tattoo and Skate Shop skateboard team here as well.
Okay.
So those guys they are all technically professional because they are sponsored. So
No, that's cool.
So yeah, they're all technically professional skateboarders.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yep.
They look like they know what they're doing. Like this kid's going off. Well, that didn't work out so
And
well.
these ramps you see out here, these are made specifically for bicycles. So for them to be skating on it, that's,
wow.
that's way out of the element. I mean, that's not what they're used to.
Are they really like super different? If they're for
Yeah,
bikes
all the
and skateboards?
radiuses are different. You know,
Really?
because we want more of a pop, so you can go higher
Okay.
in the air.
that
do
makes
the
sense.
tricks. You know.
Oh, wow.
Where most of those guys are street skaters. They stay low, grind the ledges and stuff like that. So
Right,
pretty
right.
cool to see them riding the BMX ramps. That's definitely different.
That's
Kid's
cool.
got speed.
That little guy is killing me.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that.
I know, right?
I've seen him
fear.
like get like 6 feet in the air. There's a skate park across the river over here in Steelton. I've seen that kid do some ridiculous stuff.
Oh, almost.
Almost.
Wow.
That's where the young and dumb comes into play.
Yeah, right? Right?
Well,
There it is.
speak no fear.
How long have you been doing the BMX thing? Since you were young and dumb?
Yes, exactly. I probably started when I was about 8, and then right around 12 when I was a little more stronger. I could manipulate the bike. That's when I really got into it. So on and off, I've had some big injuries, tore my ACLs. I mean, that put me out for years on
Oh,
both
wow.
my knees.
Oh, yeah.
Now I stick to the flat ground, so I do all the flat ground stuff.
Okay.
Riley over there, he does the ramps, but it's a good mixture. You know, when he's not riding, I come out, do flatland stuff, and breaks up the show. But yeah, I used to do all the ramp stuff and just totaled myself. Shoulders, knees, my neck, I mean, all of it.
How old
So,
are you?
39.
39. Okay.
Yeah, 39.
I'm 41. So yeah, and when you get to be our age too, your body's just like
It hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Dan
not
was
so
saying,
much.
it doesn't
Fucking hurts.
recover,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
I'm a
Yeah.
little
Still
more
recovering
reserved now.
from rehearsal the other day.
Yeah, right,
I don't
right.
know how I'm going to pull this off.
So Scott, where can people find you on the interwebs if they want to?
Check me out at Instagram at the Weave BMX, Facebook as well, Scott Weaver. We also have a YouTube channel, BMX Trick Stars. That's a good one.
Definitely a good one to check out.
Yeah,
their
real
stuff.
good one. We put most of our shows up there. You can kind of see where we're going, follow
I
our
was pulling
travels.
videos right from there for all our programs.
Yeah,
so.
the YouTube's a good one. We update that all the time. So
Very
we'll have
cool.
a video from here, I'm sure, up in a couple days. So check that out.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
people want to find Gallo Glass. Where should where should
Yeah,
they
all
go?
the social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, just search the name and we'll come up. Our album, our EP, Let the Fire Dine, is also available on all the big music platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, whatever your choice of musical platform on your phone or at home, you can find us on that as well.
That's
Cool.
pretty awesome.
Bandcamp, what's the other one? SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
Yeah,
The
we're all
Bandcamp
over.
page is really nice, actually, because I use that. I was able to share stuff. Right, you can listen to all their music, and that's how I was able to share the artist music on my event page, so people could actually go right. I just put links to it, and it's opens up like a little player.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
remember
yeah.
MySpace back in the day?
Yeah,
it does
yeah,
kind of look like
that.
that.
Oh,
Nice,
MySpace.
Yeah.
And
So-
we should mention is Gallo Glass with one S on the end.
Yeah, thank
so
you
you
for that.
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, where are you guys actually based out of?
We're a York. We're a York.
York?
based
Okay,
band.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Myself and Don, who I spoke about earlier, used to be in a band called Ninetail, and that's kind of where we started doing this whole thing together. So we took a little hiatus from that and got the 7-year itch, and Gallo Glass was born.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do either
And
of
at
you?
the perfect time, because now Hopheads is apparently in the event business. So.
That's
well,
awesome.
I mean, knowing you, Bart, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's true. Do either of you have any other big events coming up or shows coming up?
Yeah, so next Friday, May 17th, we're actually going to be down in our home turf. We're playing the Depot in York, PA, with a Pantera tribute band called Pantera.
Nice.
And I'm bringing 2 bands in from Philadelphia,
cool.
Old Earth Analog and Life After Lost, or Life After Last. They just changed their name, so bear with me. So yeah, it's going to be a really sick show. It starts at doors are at 8 p.m. It's $8 for 4 killer bands.
Wow.
Is that the drummer from Blood Simple?
It is the Old Earth Analog's drummer was in Blood Simple and also Downset, and he sat in with Crowbar. And he's been around the block.
He's in the metal scene, and he also performed with Vision of Disorder, wasn't he? So the singer from Vision of Disorder,
from VOD was in Blood Simple, which I think is where you're getting that from. But yeah, his name's Chris Hamilton. He's a spectacular guy. He's a professional drummer. That's what he does. So
professional metal drummer.
Yeah, I mean, he's really sick. So we're really excited about next week. And then after that, I don't know. Bartley and I are kind of putting our heads together for the next thing. But
always on to the next.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when the time is right. So just
maybe
keep your eyes and
Halloween.
ears.
Might be something doing. Something
that
else
would be
special.
cool. Yeah. That would be fun.
Nice.
Halloween's kind of the perfect time for metalheads and hopheads to get together and perform mischief.
I think you just came up with a name for it too. All right, man. Good job.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
I might have.
Yeah. Scott, any events on your end?
Yeah, for the BMX Trick Stars, we're going to be down in the Florida Panhandle.
You bastards.
Yeah, right.
As we're freezing here.
I know.
But we do a ton of elementary school shows, so big on anti-bullying, because most of those schools have a budget for it. We come in, got a good message, show the tricks, kids go nuts over it. So all week long we'll be doing that, and then back up to Augusta, Georgia. We're going to be doing some shows with FMX team. So we'll set our ramps up in the middle of the FMX jumps. They'll do crazy tricks over top of us, and hopefully no one dies.
What's the difference between BMX and FMX?
FMX is the motocross guys, so they're going twice as high, 3 times as far. That's right. We can set our ramps up over here, and they're literally flying over us.
Oh my God!
while we do our
I have
show.
so much to learn.
It's insane.
So much to learn. Well, I'm so excited to see you both perform today.
Yeah, it should be good.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is a great event. Bart, thank you again for putting
Thank
it
you
on
so
and
much for having us,
thank you,
guys.
Bart.
Please make yourselves at home all day today. I'm going to send some other people your way, too.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Look
get
forward
some
to it.
cool
Guys, thank you so much for kicking this off with us.
Yes, appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, if there's ever an event that we're at and we're recording at, and Mad Chef is here, there's no way that we can't have the guys on the show. So, of course, we have Francisco and we have Sean. Gentlemen, how are you?
Doing great. Awesome.
Good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. I was super excited to find out that you guys were going to be here because obviously we love the beer, but we love you guys too.
And we're right next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the table's literally right there.
We may have had a say in who is allowed to sit near us.
Who do you want to be here? Well, let's see.
Awesome.
We're between St. Boniface and Mad Chef. I mean, can't go wrong.
We
we're
gave
drinking
Sti-
beers all day.
We
Yeah.
gave Stickman shit because they were here first and they set
they
up all
were
the way down there.
down
We're
the
like,
end.
fuck you guys.
Well,
What the
and we'll
hell?
probably talk about this. We'll probably talk about this later or before. I don't know. Time's weird today. But they also have their own little podcast thing going on, so they're now our competition.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Stick
right. They
Sandwich
between
started
podcasts.
theirs.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be on that.
Yeah.
Ethan actually called me, didn't text, called me to say we're doing this and we want you on the show, all three of you. And it never happened.
Oh, well.
We'll give them shit about
We will
that
give
when
them
they're
shit.
down
We'll get
here.
around to it. It's
course.
fine.
When they're down here.
So you guys have a full jockey box over there, and you were kind enough to
Yep.
bring a couple of beers to the table. I think we should probably get started drinking because I'm sober, and that's
Perfect.
a problem.
Yeah,
I say we start with the
think so.
Kolsch.
There you go.
Open with
So
the Kolsch.
Always
Nueve
start.
de
Open the
Mayo.
Kolsch.
So Nueve de Mayo is our it's a Kolsch style beer, but then we add a couple other things to it. So there's oak chips that are soaked in tequila.
Ooh.
We add lime zest to that, and then we finish it off with what, Sean? Some agave, right?
Some agave, yeah, to
So
back me
nice.
up. So margarita beer.
So yeah,
It's really
margarita beer.
nice.
Delicious.
I really get the lime.
Yeah,
Yeah, the lime really
Yeah,
comes
that
through.
lime
It's
zest
nice.
really pops.
Yeah.
Then-
Oh,
Nice
hello.
and sweet.
Yeah.
at the pub.
Oh, that's delicious.
At the pub, we put we give you the choice of either putting like a,
Like salt on
salt
the rim.
on the rim, and then a lime or a jalapeno. And I'm gonna tell you something, Mrs. Spice.
Mrs. Spice.
Mrs. Spice.
Senorita
Jalapeno.
Spice.
Ooh, even better, Senorita Spice. A jalapeno on that beer is absolutely delicious.
And you don't have any jalapenos here?
No.
kinda surprised-
I imagine you carry
I-
like a bag of
No,
peppers.
should.
that's how I
should.
imagine you are,
I
carrying
should.
a bag of jalapenos.
It wouldn't be the
Just
first
in case.
time.
You know
it
what
wouldn't
would
be
be
the first
perfect
time.
if she actually said, "Well, actually, I do have a jalapeno."
I just pulled
Oh!
jalapenos from under the table.
Here it should be our next trivia question.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Who got pissed off when I put a habanero in their beer on the show?
Oh, I don't
even
remember
that.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember.
You know what's really funny?
Can I win
We
a
just
shirt?
want to get rid of all of our fucking T-shirts, man. So we're gonna
It
have
would be better
contests
if you bought them, everyone. But
every episode, some kind of contest.
Just send us some money, like Venmo us some money, and we'll just mail you shirts.
do we
Like,
have
really?
a Beer Busters Venmo?
No, we have PayPal though.
We can
But I
PayPal
feel like Venmo's cooler now.
I guess I don't know.
So
Good
why
God.
Nueve de Mayo, not Cinco de Mayo? What's
The
the
first year I went
significance
to
of
make
May
that
9th?
beer, it was it was 4 days late.
4 days late.
It's supposed to be Cinco de Mayo.
So
but
Cinco de Mayo turned into Nueve de Mayo. And then, now, every year after that,
It's
we've
been on
like,
time every year after that.
It's been time, but, you know, well,
Yeah,
we
you
got to
gotta-
stay true to
Yeah,
Nueve de
homage to the
Mayo.
original.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Do you guys know what country started the Cinco de Mayo celebrating?
United States.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Mexico.
What?
Not Mexico.
It's the United States,
Yep.
yeah.
That
Trivia
makes sense.
question this week we had.
Yep.
Oh. Now you know. Oh my God, one of these guys is going to hurt themselves. I'm so nervous.
No jinxes.
I'm
Yeah,
so
right.
nervous.
That's not wood. That's
So
plastic.
nervous.
There you go.
So
the
next,
head.
I thought you were going to say TMI because, I mean, we're close, but you brought TMH.
Yes. So, no, that one is...
That's the Hey Boo Boo.
No, this is Hey Boo Boo.
Boo-boo.
Oh, never mind. I'm getting
Hey,
ahead of myself.
boo-boo.
It looks like freaking pineapple juice.
Oh, please tell me the tagline is smarter than the average beer.
Oh, it totally should be.
You might have branded.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to start charging
I
for
gotta
these
change
ideas.
that. That's great.
That's
I'm gonna have to use that.
jowly and fruity.
Yeah. So it is a kettle sour. This one was kettle sour with
the yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
And then we dried hopped it with Big Secret. And then we added passion fruit, mango, and orange to it.
Very
so
nice.
It's got that nice tropical notes to it. So you get a little bit of that bitterness in the back end with the hop.
Yeah.
So-
Interestingly, not a fruit you mentioned, but I got grapefruit. Like
Yeah,
a
you kind of
grapefruit.
get
I
that
can
like
kinda see it,
rind.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice. I didn't think it was super jolly. I don't know. Maybe.
At first it is. It hit me right here with
Yeah.
before I even got it completely in my mouth, if that makes sense. I'm just stating facts.
You're just
Yeah, I
pounding
mean,
out them
it
sound
does make
bites.
sense, but
God.
yep.
Well, there's something I haven't uploaded to the board yet. I think it probably didn't seem super jowly because she said it. We were expecting it.
That's true. Maybe
Yeah.
that was it.
I was preparing you. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. I was
You're
psychologically
welcome.
prepared for that one.
Yeah.
What's new in the world of Mad Chef?
Oh, what it's new.
The big expansion and
big expansion
outdoors
right now.
and next
Yep.
door. Yeah.
So
It's
we
gonna be a
have-
big patio.
We're starting to work on that. So we have about 30 seats outside, and then we building next to us. We're putting another tap room there. Putting a smaller menu on that side.
Kind
Yeah.
of some like high-end cocktails and like a little bit more like intimate feel over there.
Yep.
You know, kind of get away from the like craziness of the pub.
Yep.
Nice. Well,
So if
and
you
then
want a spot where you can go and chill or chillax, that will be the spot.
That's what you got to do. I remember you guys were talking about that last
I was
time
going to say,
we were
yeah,
there.
you guys were talking about
Yep.
taking over and just making that whole area the Mad Chef complex.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that that's
Slowly
happening.
taking over, yeah.
Yeah,
A
that's
little bit
awesome.
at a time.
Yeah, yeah,
Little
yeah.
bit at a time.
That's how you eat an elephant.
Yeah.
One bite at a time.
Baby steps.
I have to ask because obviously we have the whole pantalones thing.
Yeah.
What's the Spanish word for shorts?
Pantalones cortos.
Really, it's just short pants.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Short pants.
What's the Spanish word for jorts?
Pantalones cortos para joguear.
You just keep adding more words.
It's kind of like German.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, Spanish you add more words. German you just add more letters to the same word.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like the worst insult I could think of in Spanish, but it's been so long since I actually had to do that. and
Ooh,
I don't-
give us a good insult.
Yeah, what's a good?
Oh boy.
What are we talking?
How do you say never nude in Spanish?
Never nude?
Never nude.
Like
like
no
never
clothes?
naked?
There are dozens of us.
Nunca desnudo.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
No.
That doesn't have the same.
No.
No.
We'll let Chef get some beers in him and maybe pull him back later and maybe
yeah.
he
Last
can
call.
It could
give
be
us some
insults
good
could be
Spanish
like, yep.
insults.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say so. It's early.
That's a promise. Well, I mean, you guys are welcome to.
Yeah, of
there's
course.
still
I
more
mean,
in
there's
those
still-
tasters that we already tasted.
We'll have
so
plenty
we-
more too.
I was
So.
going to say, yeah. I mean, it is your beer, so.
Yeah, that's true. I also haven't
I mean,
eaten
I would
yet
never
today,
say
and I
no
don't
to
want to
it.
go like this hard yet.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Tasty.
That's the TMH, right?
That's
This is
TMH.
the TMH.
The one I tried to intro last time and
Yes.
did
TMH.
incorrectly and poorly.
Too many hops, or is there not such a thing?
no such
Too
thing,
many
right?
hops.
Is that kind of a takeoff of?
Too damn delicious. That's all. awesome.
It is, yeah. We do like an IDK series of
Nice.
beers. They're like all acronyms.
Oh, I also did this.
Delicious.
I forgot. I isolated just that word.
That's pretty good, huh?
I love it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So,
Can I get the?
how many
sorry.
how many hops is too many hops? What hops are in this?
That one's Nugget and Centennial, I believe.
Okay, so not too many like varieties of hops, just
But the
too many
quantity of those
of
varieties.
those
Yeah.
hops.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what was the quantity that made it too many?
That one was probably 3.5 pounds per barrel, like dry hop. Which
That is a lot.
That's a lot of hops.
Stupid amount.
A lot.
It is nice. It's not. It's
Some
not.
people say shallot.
Yeah. It's not like chewing on a cigar, like too many hops, as you might like. Like it's not super bitter. It still drinks really nice,
Yeah.
and it's got like a nice fruity character.
It's a little
to it.
sweet too.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a New England style. Well, actually, that one is. It's
kinda like an East Coast,
West Coast.
Oh, cool.
So we ferment with a West Coast yeast, but then we do everything like it was a New England. So the grain bill, how we hop it, and how we dry hop it. So you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
we want to say.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Yes.
It is a mighty fine beer.
So I guess this is the one we really need to talk
that
about.
is the last one. Yes, Bench Clear is a session West Coast IPA.
Oh.
We use summer hop on that one, so it's got this
Kind
beautiful
of like lemon. Almost.
Yeah, it's almost kind
pretty
of
delicate.
It's like mint, almost minty.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, a little bit,
herbal.
yeah.
It's really
like
nice.
lemony melon kind of, the honeydew kind of.
It's a good name for the hop. It's
Yeah.
like summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like bright.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if we were outside and the sun will be hitting us and it wouldn't be slightly chill like it is today, yeah, it would be the fucking perfect beer for it.
Yeah.
It certainly
I would
would.
say.
It's
Yeah.
still the perfect beer.
It's a good.
Oh,
it's a good
that's
beer
great.
to
Or
introduce
in
us.
Spanish will be
into-
maldita sea la madre, sería la perfecta cerveza para un día soleado.
See.
Do we want to go with that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You see, you got beer in me and now.
Now it's coming out.
So this is a beer that you did in collaboration with Hop
We
Hedz.
did a beer with Hop Hedz. Yes.
And yet there was no Beer Busters collab.
Okay.
We're not supposed to throw
Let's get it on the schedule.
I wasn't throwing anybody under the bus. I'm just like,
Oh,
hey, we
man.
should do. That wasn't a
Apparently, we
collab
need
of
to
a
leave
beer.
it on his schedule.
All right,
get it
we'll
on
put
the
it on
schedule. Make it
Sean's
happen.
calendar.
For the
You guys
record-
free like next Tuesday.
For the record, I wasn't gonna mention that. This is just like because that wasn't a collab.
We
That was
have-
gonna be a dinner.
We have not.
I will
mentioned
cut
that,
some of this out. I
right?
promise.
I was gonna say you're
No,
just making more
You
work
know
for
what?
yourself
It
in
is-
editing.
It is there. It is out. Let me have a beer quick.
Yeah.
Because
There you
it
go.
might come out something in Spanish again. So, yeah, put it on Sean's schedule. It works much better, I guess.
We got to do this.
Probably a good idea.
Because you
That'll
guys
be
are
awesome. That'll be awesome.
I have a couple friends that live right out there. Well, a friend and his wife live out that way. Whenever I visit, we have to go to Mad Chef. Like we can't not.
It's awesome.
It's non-negotiable at this point.
I just
Greatly
go for
appreciate
beer
it.
and nachos.
Beer and nachos.
Nachos are
Those
killer.
nachos are amazing.
There's going to be a vegetarian empanadas coming.
Oh, very nice.
That sounds delicious.
There's in case you didn't know, no teal day in the word empanada. I just some people think there might be, but there's not.
Well, I was watching Step Brothers the other day because I always do, and at the end they say empanadas, and I was like, "You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong." And now I would never have noticed that
I
before.
say empanadas. I'm sorry.
Yep. Or actually, truly, they should be empanadillas.
Oh.
And that is the actual name.
So we're all wrong.
It's empanadillas. Empanada is more when you bread something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so empanadillas. But I would
Empanadillas.
be brutal if we put that on the menu.
Empanadillas.
Might not go over so well.
Can I get some of those Gijas? Yeah, just give me some of those Gijas. That's
Gijas?
Gijas.
Gijas.
Yeah, Gijas.
Gijas.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Interesting.
And now that we've had our Spanish lesson,
Chicas y pantalones.
Yeah, Gijas and pantalones.
well, we're
Perfect.
glad you guys are next to us today.
Yes,
I'm
that
very
is
glad.
very true.
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
And we
You
will
did
be
you just
surprised.
say I'm awesome?
I thought I heard that.
I'm very glad. I'm also awesome.
Meant to say it is Awesome.
It is awesome. Well, you are awesome.
But
as
yes,
well.
awesome.
You speak the
All right.
truth.
It's
We
true.
And
speak
we
the
will
truth.
continue to flow beer through the day.
Oh,
Sounds
that's
good.
wonderful.
Feel
Yeah.
free to shout in a microphone whenever you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can basically
feel
lean
compelled.
over and say what
Yeah, more or
You
less.
guys could just crash
You
the
can be
podcast all
our
day.
Statler and Waldorf today.
Perfect.
That's a good way to put it.
Podcast goblin.
Yeah, gentlemen, thank you for bringing these
Thank you
delicious
guys
beers
so
over.
much.
Always
Thanks
a
for
pleasure to see you.
having
Yeah, always a pleasure seeing
Cheers,
you guys
guys.
too.
So thanks to our next guest that we have on the show. Whenever I see him, I want meatballs.
Oh, the
Wait a
meatballs.
second, is that a fat
Forever.
joke?
No, no.
That's really fucked up, man.
Do you not remember going on and on about meatballs from Wawa?
They're tight, man.
They're good. They're
That
good.
was a very in-depth conversation.
It
Not-
was.
Not recommending the family size for a single serving.
well, a family of one.
Stuff happens.
You know,
Life comes at you fast.
sometimes you have to do it.
Hey,
It's only,
man.
it's only 15.
I've recently adopted the motto that any pizza is a personal pan pizza.
I think any pizza is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That is very true.
If it fits on your lap,
Yeah.
then it's just really meant for you.
Of course.
To be.
Of course.
Yeah, a laptop pizza.
If you haven't recognized him yet, this is Jim from Stickman.
Hello, hello.
How are you, man?
Awesome, man.
Do you have any meatballs lately?
No, but I just crushed some chicken thighs from Giant a couple minutes ago.
All right. Is that
Nice.
what's at the table over
Nice.
Yeah, they put. I went there.
I need to
and
get
they
over there.
They just put them out.
Rich just came back from Giant, by the way.
Yeah, I bet you Rich has chicken thighs from Giant in that
He
bag.
probably does. Oh, he's got a
Oh,
salad.
he brought me a salad.
Oh, look at that.
That's
And
really-
he got earplugs for Jill.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Portobello jerky.
Oh, that's
Portobello
Portobello
jerky.
jerky.
That's
Wow.
weird.
That's strange.
And pens.
Man.
Well, we found the pens, actually,
No.
but
No, we have more.
we couldn't find the pens earlier.
Nothing in there that used to have a mom, but that's okay.
That's true. Although fungus is kind of almost an animal,
Oh,
is.
stop.
That's not.
Almost an animal.
Right.
but it's not. It's not the
If
same.
you're on the verge of starvation, it'll do in a pinch.
It'll
but-
do.
Yeah. Well, what's new in the world of Stickman?
Hey man, we're just doing our thing. We just got just this morning. I was up at 5:30 a.m. to meet our driver who was towing up our new concession trailer we just bought.
Oh, I saw that picture on the Facebook. You
Yeah,
put it
we
on.
just put it up this morning. So, guy came up this morning all the way from Florida, man. The guy was a fantastic guy. He came up, dropped off the trailer. We're ready to roll. We're going to be doing concerts. We have this. We're going to be at the Ludwig's Corner Horse Show grounds on Route 100 in Glenmore. Every weekend this summer, the weather permitting, we have bands lined up on Sunday, a couple of Sundays a month. We got these guys coming out. They're going to blow up a 25-foot movie screen and play movies.
Oh wow.
So it's going to be a
That's
good
cool.
time.
Yeah.
Kind of combat the summer doldrum. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
boredom that for everyone that kind of gets left behind by everyone going to the beach and on vacation. All of us with nothing
Like,
to do.
now what are we gonna
but
do?
stand in line at fucking Rita's because there's really nothing to do but wait for that misto.
That's true. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
So that's it, man. We're doing.
I love how we always get on the subject of hot cuisine with you. It's very. I feel elevated and sophisticated.
It's the singular focus of my life at this point. I don't know how to talk about anything as well.
Well, I mean that's fair. That's
Well,
fair.
okay, hold on a minute. You don't know how to talk about anything well yet.
Oh yeah.
Yet.
Yeah,
Stickman has branched out.
You have a new project.
Riding
going on.
riding
We've
someone's
got-
coattails a little bit.
We're riding some. Who's?
I don't know. We're just trying to figure that out.
So talk about this podcast.
The podcast. Oh, wait a second. That was Barb. That was a sharp Barb. Yeah, the podcast that we do with Paul. Yeah, we're working with Paul from Hedz.
Oh,
and
that
we've been
fucker.
doing.
I love him. I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
We love that fucker.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
How dare he?
Goddamn son of a. He's fantastic. So we go up to Harrisburg and record a couple episodes, and Ethan has been responsible for a lot of the content. Ethan and Kate are probably the most tuned into like beer and what people want to talk about and what people are doing.
And
Ethan
yet you're
has.
sitting here in front of us.
Well,
I just like to talk the most
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true.
I don't know the most about it.
Ethan
Ethan
definitely
likes to
has
hear himself talk.
very strong, very well thought out, and very well informed opinions about beer.
Oh, I agree.
And he's not afraid to share them. And
That's
I love
true.
that about him.
Yeah.
He's always got something.
and I can
interesting.
just be profane about it because
Yeah.
I'm not the guy making it. I don't have to take
Okay,
it
yeah,
personal.
exactly.
You know, I don't really give a fuck what you say on Untapped because I didn't make
Yeah,
it.
so,
Now,
yeah, right.
You know, if you're talking about you came in and you had a hamburger at the place and it was shit, I'd say, wait a second, we got to talk about this.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Because I had a little bit more of a hand in that. But as far as the beer goes, man, I can be. I'm allowed to be a little bit more dispassionate about it because I don't have to take anything to heart. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What's the podcast called?
bad beer and high prices.
Nice, of course.
That makes sense.
That's
for you.
perfect. I love it.
Wow, was anybody expecting anything self-deprecating
Yeah, right.
from us?
Bad beer and high prices.
Two fat guys talking about bad beer at high prices.
That's pretty awesome.
That's cool. I mean, I'm happy for you guys. Ethan called me at one point and said, "Hey, I want you to know we're doing this." All right, cool, whatever. It's you can do a podcast. It's fine. It's like, and we want you guys on the show. And that
Yeah,
hasn't
we need
happened
to be
yet.
on the show.
Yeah, it's like
That
we want
needs to
all three
happen.
of you on the show.
That would
Well,
be
we're
fun.
trying to make it easy because we've been going to Harrisburg to doing them, so we want to make it easy. So Paul had suggested doing one at the brewery, so that's what we want to bring.
That's cool.
What we want
Oh,
you
okay,
guys-
cool.
Yeah, we don't want you to have to drive out to Harrisburg.
Yeah, I've done it
God
too much
knows
lately.
Nobody wants to come out here unless they're have
This
to.
is our second Saturday in a row driving our
I've
asses
reached
out
my
to
quota for the
Harrisburg.
year.
We recorded at Little
a
Big Beer
long
Fest
way to
last
go.
Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We love that event though.
Yeah. I will say, longtime listeners may remember Paul worked in radio capacity
Oh, yeah.
for was the university. I'm forgetting the details.
Yeah,
now,
I
apologize.
we'll have to
But
ask him later when
he
we have
had,
him on.
he'll sit down. I'm sure he's going to want to talk about
The
the
one
podcast.
at Central Penn College.
Yes,
Central Penn? Okay, cool.
So he's got a background in audio and
Yeah.
radio and stuff. So it's cool that you guys teamed up with him. He's
Yeah.
point you in the right direction. You guys have the content. He's got the know-how.
Exactly, and he teaches his students how to do this.
Yeah.
He put us onto when we needed a little jingly theme song for it. He pointed us in the right direction.
Jingly
and
theme
I paid
song.
$30, to get that song because it's dope. And
Why would you pay $30 when he can do it all in GarageBand for free? They have the loops. And I didn't. Our intro is all loops from Logic Pro.
Oh, it
and
is?
GarageBand. Yeah.
I don't even know what that
And
app is.
various
sound effects.
copyrighted clips from pop culture.
Shush.
Hey, wait, let me show my. Wait, is it like iTunes?
Various.
Yes, totally.
Sort
It's
of.
kind of like Adobe Illustrator, right? I know that
gosh.
one.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Let's talk about this beer.
Yeah.
Kate,
What-
save
Hey!
us! Save us!
Nope.
Nope,
she's
walking
busy.
right past
She's
the
just
microphones.
taking pictures.
Right past the microphones. All right.
Swill.
You dug into Swell?
Of course.
Of course, that's what she's going to start with.
So the Swill's fantastic. I mean, I'm a lager person. I know Steph and I have had this conversation ad nauseum while everyone else rolls their eyes and is like, "Shut the fuck up, you two. No one drinks lager." And,
Ethan drinks lager.
Ethan, well,
He doesn't want to admit that he does.
No, when we went to Denver for the Craft Brewers Conference, we went to that's the one.
You
thing
went to Bierstadt Lager House and you had slow pour pills.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing,
when
isn't
they,
it?
when they do really slow pour it slow.
That fluffy head.
That fluffy head. That I've never had a beer with a head like
I love that place
It really
so much.
is fucking incredible. It's a dynamite beer. Bierstadt. I feel like we went to 3 different places that were just lager houses. And maybe they'll do an IPL or something, but there's no IPAs. There's no New England. That's kind of. I don't know if I think that's something that we're kind of living in the northeast area of the country, but I don't think everybody is. I think our I wouldn't even say they're frustrations. It's just kind of like when you're a brewer, it's kind of like being a chef. Like, you don't want to come from being like a Michelin star rated chef and then have only everyone tell you that they really just want Nathan's hot dogs.
Right. Yeah.
And it's nothing. Not there's anything wrong with that, but it's just like everybody who has a specific skill set wants to put it to the test, wants to stretch their legs,
Right.
and wants to make a variety of things. There's nothing wrong with everybody who wants the New England IPAs. I really could give a shit if that's what you like, then drink it. But I can understand from the perspective of the person that makes the beer, they kind of want to. They
Right.
want they want to do everything.
Yeah.
Because that's where the true the true skill.
Are
is
you giving
showcased.
us some hope that the hazy apocalypse does not extend beyond the Northeast? Because I feel like it's everywhere.
It is, but not to the. It's not.
It's just
It hasn't
more-
been saturating tapless as
it's
it
kind
is
of like
here.
it reminds me. I say
Right.
apocalypse because there was a theory in The Walking Dead a while ago that the zombie apocalypse was only where they were, and if they just walked a week west, civilization would still be there.
It would still
Until
be
they
there.
brought out Fear the Walking Dead, and that took place in L.A.
I don't know, man. What I see is that in other places, I think that it's far less pronounced. Like, for example, you don't go to a place with 12 taps and see six of them on tap. Like, you can kind of vary it.
True.
And people have.
We are tangentially the Northeast here.
Yeah.
I'd like to think Mid-Atlantic, but sometimes the Northeast claims us.
Yeah, and I understand it's a style, but I still say the biggest surprise to me with the double IPAs and New England style and the haziness and everything is the biggest surprise I have is not younger people. When I find older people that like it, because I find people, particularly, there's we have a lot of customers and they're men, and they'll come in, and I try and have this conversation every time I see somebody, a guy in his 60s or 70s, and I'm like, I kind of start out the conversation. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, what? And I was like, up until like 5 years ago, you've never had a fucking beer like that in your life. You never even knew that it existed. You didn't have anything like that. And now it's like, it's your go-to beer. I said, what happened to the beer you've been drinking for the last 50 years? Like, you just don't like it anymore? And it's interesting that people, I would have thought it would have been the opposite. I would think that, like, younger people, you could kind of get a condition like, this is what beer is now. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of the older drinkers that I'm really surprised about, because I could have swore when some of these things like Double Deuce or some of these or lactose IPAs or some of these things that are really popular for us come out, I could swear I could just see in my head like 70-year-old people just taking a sip and just spitting it out immediately into an aerosol cloud.
Yeah. What is this,
being like,
jazz?
what the fuck is this? When did this become beer? You're all sissies today.
Yeah.
And they love it, and it's really interesting to me. So that you really don't know who's going to become the biggest.
I think part of that too is, and part of the reason they're so popular is because they do kind of have broad appeal outside of like beer drinkers, because they're not super bitter. They're kind of sweet. You have the whole milkshakey thing, which is like, this is a fruity.
We got the zero IBU, the no boil IPAs now. We have ones that are being fermented with fruit juice. We have ones that are tasting like Jolly Ranchers and fruit roll-ups. We got people putting the shit in slushy machines. Listen, I don't really care. Do whatever you want. Whatever works for you. I'm not like you can't just sit here and like to be all judgy about what people are doing. Everyone's out there trying to run a business, trying to make money, and trying to be profitable. And you know what? If people want to drink beer out of a slushy machine, then give it to them.
Yeah, I've adopted that philosophy lately. If you like it, drink it. Who gives a shit?
I went to it was about 25 years ago, and when I went to the when the restaurant school was the college at Walnut Hill was called the restaurant school, and I went there, and I remember very clearly, like, we had like a master chef teaching us, and he's like, you know what, if you want to put ketchup on macaroni and cheese, then do it.
I've been doing that since I was 5. It's the best.
I know it's
the best.
Well, I'll say it's interesting. It gives that little.
Or
bit
if you want to put ketchup
delicious
on pancakes.
No.
But listen, whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, the business is there not to tell people what they should like. It should just be to offer things that they choose and say, well, I really like this, but I don't like, onions on it. Can I just have, you have to give people what they want. Some of this, like, thinking about like that quintessential, like, snooty French chef that like loses his shit, wants to come out with a cleaver because someone asked for salt and pepper, and you're just like,
well,
you know what?
I will judge you if you put A1 on a steak, especially if it's a well-done steak. Then you just have done it wrong.
Well, you started off by getting a well-done steak.
Yeah, that was your first mistake.
I mean, unless you have
that was your first
hepatitis or
mistake.
something. You got hepatitis, and you're going to have to eat it well done.
Well,
but you played yourself on that
God.
one.
Right. You kind of do that to yourself.
No one else to blame.
Have we mentioned the other beer that we had?
Oh, yeah. The other beer is our Sensible Portions.
Sensible Portions.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah. I like it.
It's a nice, easy drinker.
Yeah.
I these two beers, they're great for festivals and events. I feel like you have to have something for non-hoppy drinkers. And then the hoppy drinkers are pretty amenable to drinking the double IPAs.
Yeah. They'll mostly go for those anyway.
Exactly. So,
but then you had the lager there to clean it up at the end. When
the lager's really good. I really like the lager.
Just add a little bit of refinement to your day when you get sloppy.
Yeah. Even though all the double IPAs, New England IPAs that they would have, they are probably going to ruin your palate, but then they just want something that they can still drink.
The lager just gives you a little shot of self-respect at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why I drink lagers. I need all the self-respect I can get.
Can you call your next lager that, please? A shot of self-respect.
I can.
If you've hit rock bottom, drink a lager.
We've literally given Stickman more beer name ideas than any other brewery on the planet.
I still have your list. Throwing money at hops.
Yeah.
You've never used them. What was the one we just said? A shot of self-respect.
Shot of self-respect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that should be the name of this.
Just text it to Ethan right now.
No, he won't use it. Jim should use it.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to watch out for these brewers. They're temperamental artists.
Yeah.
They really are. Divas, the lot of them.
So you got the movies and the live music coming up. I'm guessing everybody can hit up your website, Facebook. And all that
we're going to be
making.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to be making an announcement about that for whenever this podcast is coming out, but on Monday the 13th. So on the 13th, we'll be letting everybody know. We'll be putting out an FAQ. You can do this. You can't do that. This is what it's here for. Because people will have questions and they'll want to know if they can, bring caged animals and things like that. Jaguars. Can't
Yeah, I'm
bring
going
a
to guess
Jaguar.
no.
Can't bring a Jaguar.
No, yeah,
No.
you can't bring a Jaguar most places.
But
That could be another beer name. You can't bring a Jaguar. Most
we are
places.
still deciding about whether or not people can bring ocelots. So,
Fair.
so
yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's sort of touch and go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
yeah,
All right.
they have a warm side.
Jeez.
Softer side.
Oh my God.
But hey, listen, you guys, we always enjoy sitting down and talking to you guys.
Likewise.
We always have a good time.
Yeah.
We need to set up when Paul comes down and we're in RoRoyersford.
Wait,
you come
we should dual record
I was going to
it.
say, yeah, we can use it on both our feeds.
Yeah, we
if
get
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and do it like one of those TV shows where you see it but filmed from more than one angle, so it looks like a totally different show.
Yeah, recorded on 2 different mixers.
Yeah,
That's fucking tight. That's really tight.
recorded in one and just do
That's
stereo
true
out
work.
to another one.
That's why you guys are the pros. That's why you guys.
So
you
we'll
know.
have 2 microphones in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be
No,
it's
I
like a
think-
press conference.
I think we should have more like a press corps with those boom, those
yeah, we
boom
can do
lights
that.
over us. You know.
Yeah, we'll get the
Oh
guys from
my
GK
God.
involved. They can come out and do it.
But maybe
GK
we can
Visual.
get a little bit of video footage to go with it this time.
Yeah.
You know how it's done, how the magic happened.
Watch how the sausage is
Because
made.
it's so
Here at
interesting.
Stickman.
Because this is magical. We're making magic.
Making sausage at Stickman.
Oh, God. Well,
That's
Jim,
the
it's always a
episode
pleasure
title.
to see you, man. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for coming up to the show with us.
Thanks a lot for your
Yeah,
time,
looking forward
guys.
to the next time. This is another one of those times where if we're at a festival and we see the next brewery here, that we have to have them on. So we have joining us our good friend Dane from St. Boniface. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. Doing
Boner
wonderful.
Thanks for
face.
having me on.
Boner
Of course.
face.
Yeah, thank you for coming up to the table.
No
Always a
problem.
pleasure, and looking forward to, I mean, you guys always have stellar beers.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good beer out there nowadays, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, you guys are always killing it. And I am ashamed that I haven't been back to the brewery since last year when we were there, because I need to get myself another one of those, what were they, dessert calzones? Is that what it was?
They're gone.
They're gone?
not on the
Oh, get
menu
outta here.
anymore.
Oh, boy.
They're
Oh,
gone.
boy.
They're off the menu.
Dang.
It's very sad. But they have these cheese stick things that are
Well, I'm back.
freaking amazing.
The garlic cheese sticks?
Ooh, all right. I can forgive you then.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You got to make
that's
decisions.
my
tough
go-to when I
decisions
come. I
sometimes.
get the salad, which I really appreciate that you guys have a salad, and it's really freaking good. I get that and the cheese sticks.
Nice. Oh, yeah, you guys are there for music bingo.
Yeah, I love music bingo.
Oh, I forgot about that. We were
It's
talking
so
about that
fun.
before. How does that work?
Actually,
Actually,
Steph can
I should
probably
talk
tell
about
me
it,
better.
'cause I'm there more
I've
than
never
Dane.
actually played. I've been there.
So they do 4 rounds, and they play like 30-second clips of songs, and then you can get bingo. And there's really cool prizes. Like last week, you could win a glass. They had Reading Phillies tickets you could win.
So-
you could win a free appetizer thingy, which I always go for the food. I always want free food. And then the big prize was Bonifest tickets.
Oh,
Sometimes
cool.
it's a gift card. Speaking.
The big prize should be dessert calzone that you can't actually get anymore.
was thinking
but
that.
it will make it for the winner. So they play a clip of a song and then
Does
like
everyone carry Bonifest tickets in their purse?
that's pretty
Nice.
awesome.
They're
And
not
then
mine, Simon.
you have those songs on your bingo board, and then if you hear the clip of the song you have, you mark it.
You
and
mark
then
it. Yep. Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And what do they do? Like the blackout's the last one.
Blackout is the last one. That's how you win the big prize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's
a
been
lot. It's a lot of
hit.
fun.
It's been a real hit.
Yeah, Monday nights.
We heard about
every
it.
other Monday, right?
Yeah, every other Monday, except if there's 5, then it's.
So second and fourth Monday.
That's correct. No, first and third.
First and third. I suck at this. I was doing well up till that point.
Even in odd numbers, how do they work?
You do math.
Math is hard.
Good.
It's like magnets. It's a mystery.
When is Bonifest?
June 8th. It is less than a month away.
It is because it's the day we're going to be at Cape May.
Fuck.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going back
This
to
is the
visit our
first
friends
year
in
I
Jersey.
could have gone too.
Yeah.
You've never been.
I've never been.
No, you've never been to
I think I've been
Bonifest.
to all
That's
of
true.
them.
I've had to work every year. His working retail is a
how
nightmare.
many? How many have there been now?
We've been. It's a 6, I believe.
So this one's going to be 6.
This will be 6.
Okay, because I think I've been to
you have a
2.
glass?
I don't. Can I use
Yeah,
one?
you could take one of these.
Thanks.
Somebody else may have drank out of it,
That's
but you should be okay.
I rinsed them though. Doesn't that kill
I
drinks?
rinsed them,
amongst
yeah.
friends here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, June 8th, it's coming up real soon. We're excited. A lot of good push online for people interested in attending and all that. A lot quicker. It happened like a lot quicker. Like 800 people interested. I'm like, whoa, wow, that was quick.
Wow.
Now just mark going and come buy tickets.
Right,
too.
that's
Yeah,
the other
important
part.
thing. That's
Do you have a cutoff?
No. Well, we printed 1,000 tickets, and we get 1,000 glasses. So if
you're 1,001, you're screwed.
You don't get a glass, but you can come in. We'll drop the price. You don't get the.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So you don't get an official ticket to go home and frame or anything like that. No.
Yeah.
And are you doing the thing where you can donate cans or money?
We are doing that again. We had a huge response to that. So we did a food drive for Ephrata Area Social Services. You drop off a food item, or you could donate money, and then you can enter into all these different raffles. We did over 700 pounds in food.
Wow.
And over $300 in donations on top of that.
Wow.
So we were hugely excited, and it's been growing every year, so I'm hoping for even more this year.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Who's performing this year?
Okay, so we are we have Vivian Leigh documentary. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Hadassah. She used to work for Square One, and anyhow, it's a Lancaster-based band.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing Coldbrook Road because our brewer happens to be the bassist. No, they're always a good they have a really good vibe, and they've really they just released an album last year, so there's a big push for them to get out and do some touring. We just filled with. We had an unfortunate cancellation, and we filled it with Sun Not Yellow, a Lancaster-based band, and then a Philly-based band called Stoops. So
Stoops, I like it.
Yeah, I'm not the music guy, so unfortunately that's not my my wheelhouse. I pawn that off on other people. So,
So I was in the brewery to get the Hegemony, the barrel aged,
Yes.
and John said he had not yet started thinking about the Firkins. Has he started thinking about the Firkins yet?
Yes, he has. I think he actually made Jeff think about the Firkins.
It's all about delegation.
Too much pressure. Too much pressure.
I won't reveal them all, but I'll show you a picture here of one of them for sure that may pique your interest. And no, there's no pictures of peppers yet.
Oh, boy.
I told him he's not allowed to put peppers in any of them since I can't be there this year.
Oh, you're not coming either.
No, we're recording that
you guys
day.
are.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there is.
Well,
a
then
pepper
it's
in one
canceled.
of-
It's
Yeah.
canceled. Yeah.
We're done.
We're not
What's the
coming.
point?
We're not coming.
I'm
Jeff's
usually
not gonna be
first
there.
in line.
Yeah.
It's
So
very sad.
this is one of the pictures of the Firkins.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds
looks
pretty cool.
fun.
Yeah.
So that is Rainbow Nerds and Sour Patch Kids. But yeah, we have a lot of different combinations coming up. It gives them a chance to play around with all kinds of different flavor combinations. So it's exciting.
That is always fun. It's fun that you can play around with that stuff. So we have some beers.
We do have.
We do,
yeah,
yes.
you guys brought 4.
We did.
But you teased
all
us
in
with this
cans,
one.
and then there's this delicious beer.
Of course, I always have to bring too much because you know how.
Dan knows
We,
all
we
too
weren't
well.
even going to bring it
I
up.
was not going to talk about it.
Oh,
For the record,
How long have you been sitting here? What was the over-under on that?
We didn't time it. We
We didn't time it.
it was you. It was you, not me. It was you.
You're right. I did bring it up.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway, this Pilsner is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, John knows how to make a killer Pilsner.
He is
Or a Kilsner.
Oh.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
trademark that quick.
Yeah. Before this episode releases.
No, we've been putting out a lot of lagers recently in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. So our area that we are from has a pretty good tradition of lager beers. So it gives our guys over in the brewery a chance to get away from hops because they hate brewing hoppy beers.
A lot of brewers do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, so Commonplace Pilsner is just one of them. We've recently released a beer in collaboration with Lancaster newspaper called 225 Lager. It's a light lager, and it's been a huge hit. It's
divine.
Yeah.
It is so
It is crushable, I think, is the most frequently used term that we're getting right now.
I think I said to you I could pound that all day.
Oh boy.
I'm writing that one
It's
down.
true.
That's what she said.
Literally.
Wow.
But no, it's been a huge response. We've blown through everything we've had. We've got a couple more tanks already, and we're going to be keeping pumping it out all summer long for sure.
Awesome.
And then, of course, we have the three mainstays here.
The rest of these beers are really good, but I just want to drink more of this Pilsner.
Yeah, but these beers are awesome too, and I love that. I love that you're a brewery that still cares about your core brands, because that seems to be something that's going away so much. And like having you guys at Boniface, and I know that's really big to Dan at Workhorse. I love that there are still breweries that care about having a core brand of beers.
We do. I mean, these are the beers that that people have come to know us for, or that's how they came to know us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've tried to do as best as we can to kind of keep our foot in both realms. Doing the flagships, the ones that we brew all the time, and then mixing in different styles, whether it be in New England, even though John hates to brew them, which I get. I do. He's it's for him. It's the anti in his mind of what a beer should be. He's doing the exact opposite.
Sort of
He's
forcing you to do everything you've spent your career actively not doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like before, we do now filter our beers because of canning being on shelves longer. But before that, before we even had our filter, John would do all he can to produce clear beers.
Yeah,
and I do get it. It goes against what you're trying to do. So I think we've done a good job of trying to do a little bit of both, and we're not. It doesn't have to be who we are. It's just something we do. That's kind of
that's a good way to look at it.
That.
It doesn't have to be who we are. It's just something we do.
Yeah,
I like it too.
There are people out there that's who they are, and that's great because it's successful for them. But that's not what we were built on. That's not what we've been around 8 years doing. So
How long ago was it when we did the first episode of Boniface? You've been around 8 years.
You mean the time Dan got drunk?
Yeah. How long ago was that?
So that was
2014.
2014.
It was the beginning
early.
of 2014.
That was Squid Ink.
Yeah.
We still end every episode with no squids were harmed.
Yep, that's where that came from.
That we were just getting. That was like we were just canning our first batch.
Yes,
Yeah.
You had just started canning, and you had these 3 beers then, right?
So we had these two,
Paideia
and Libation.
But not
That's
3
Not
pound.
3 pound, right?
Yeah, 3 pound was a later addition to. Although we had 3 pound as a beer, we just hadn't started canning
it. Right? Okay. I was just gonna say it's really cool that like after 5 years, we're sitting down with you now, and you still have these same beers, and they're still delicious. And like I just see those names, and that's Boniface, Paideia, Libation, Hegemony, which isn't here, but. Right. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was real good.
Wow.
I think my mic is really loud right now, so I wanted to take advantage of that. We're drinking 3 pound now.
Woo!
3 pound.
My woo echoed throughout the hangar.
You want some beer, Francisco? I know where to get more, so help yourself. I told Francisco he's welcome to come over to our table at any time.
I always also...
Oh, God, somebody gave Bart a mic that's plugged in.
Well, I guess we should wrap this interview up.
Well, shit.
So the event is finally getting ready to start. The first band is getting ready to go on, which is apparently some sort of like surfer rock band, which is exciting.
We
But
might talk to them later. So Bart is still talking.
Yeah, Bart's...
we had to abruptly stop to stand for the national anthem.
Yeah, we had a
oh, it's pretty cool.
anthem
Yeah,
break.
the one of the guitarists did it, and it was a cool rendition of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very nice.
So...
That was a can opening with Bart screaming in the background.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Bart. I think he is so amped for today.
He absolutely is.
He is.
So amped.
He said we were talking to him earlier. He was like, because apparently hopheads are now in the event planning business. I was like that makes perfect sense, man. Like Bart is all about. He's put together beer events before. Like
yeah, absolutely, and he's such a good person.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He's willing to do anything for anybody, and we were happy to be asked to be here today.
Yeah, same here. I didn't know what to expect. Oh, Jesus.
Have your cans always said stop talking and start drinking in German?
They have.
They've always said that?
Yeah, they
have.
have.
We talked about that before?
No.
Like maybe? No,
I don't believe we talked about
That's
it before.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So when we had the cans designed originally, we didn't ask for that. We didn't do the company who designed them at the time. They came back and were like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I mean, so if there's any German people out there, I'm not sure if it. I don't think it translates exactly, but I think it's a idiom.
Nicked long. Nicked long. Is it long or lang?
Schnacken. That's what we
Stop.
say at the brewery.
There you go.
Kampf in Nacken.
Sounded genuine to me.
Nacken.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I
Top
never
in
noticed
Nacken.
that before, and I have consumed a shit ton of your beer.
I just noticed it earlier because on the Pilsner can, the label's
it's
like
there.
because it's got a wraparound
Yeah.
label, and I saw it there, and then I was like, oh, it's on all of them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't believe it's made its way onto the new 16-ounce can designs that we've been doing, which has been quite a rollout to see all the new can designs. We don't have any of them here today, but yeah, no, that's something that it's been around. It's funny when people put stuff on Untapped about it. And, it's funny to comment and see what everybody comes.
Untapped.
Also, like not a cool slogan, not a great slogan for the podcast.
Oh, man.
Well, Dane,
I think that's our cue.
it's been good talking to you.
Yeah, man.
It's always great talking to you guys. Thanks so much for having me on, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Of course. First band just finished up. It was Drew and the Blue, really cool surf rock trio. I really enjoyed them. They were good.
Yeah.
They were actually really good. And the singer was playing drums while standing and singing. I don't think I've ever seen
real
that.
Phil Collins thing going on there.
I mean, better than Phil Collins, because Phil Collins is lame and sits.
Wow.
Strong anti-Phil Collins sentiment.
I know, right?
I do like Phil Collins, but
Shots
they were
fired.
really good. But we have to get back to the beer and the conversation about said beer. And we have joining us now Dan from Workhorse. How are you, Dan?
I am fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Thank you for coming up here. This event, and I don't know if we should really mention this, was originally supposed to be at Workhorse.
Sure was.
And I'm super bummed that it wasn't because, one, it's closer to home. And
That's
two,
true.
I was going to buy my first ever sixtel for my kegerator at your brewery today.
Well, the good news is we can still make that happen.
True.
And it can be today. I can leave that extra New England untapped if you like.
Oh, sure, New England. I was hoping
I really don't want you to break in the kegerator with a
No, I
New
was
England
gonna say
IPA.
it's got to be a pilsner or a lager of some sort.
Yeah.
We'll still take good care of you. I got you covered.
Okay. Well, thank you. I
Awesome.
mean, we are taking the turnpike home. That dumps us off at Valley Forge. You guys are right
Touche.
there.
That's true.
We might still do this.
If you want, you can hop in the back of my car when we drop these kegs off on the way back, and we'll handle it there.
Okay.
I think I just asked to throw you in the back of my car.
I think you did, and I think I just agreed too.
It's not how I make friends, but
Yeah.
hey.
Didn't even blink.
I'd kind of like to
On
see that.
Dateline.
Yeah, right. So what's new in the world of Workhorse, man?
Lots is new. We're
Good.
things are going amazingly well. We've been growing super fast, hiring new people, growing our footprint on the wholesale side, expanding in the tap room, growing. Just it's all of the fun stuff that we talked about that was hopefully going to happen when you guys came in July, or was it July or August? I can't even remember. at this
August,
point.
because I just gotten back from vacation.
Yeah, so it's I remember I had a conversation with Max Pfeffer at Manatawny Stillworks, who is the gentleman that introduced me to Nate, our brewmaster. And when I told him I was thinking about opening a brewery, he had said, "Don't." And I remember laughing at him, and now I understand what he was saying. In the sense that all the extra challenges that you don't even realize when you open the doors. But I think that's also the reason it's so much fun, right? Is there's always a new challenge. There's always something else that comes up.
Right.
But we're really thrilled with the direction things have been going.
Good.
And the feedback we've gotten.
Good. I'm glad. Do you still do the Philly Faithful stuff on the side?
No, the business still technically exists. At this point, I sell the shirts in the brewery, and whenever I sell out of that inventory is whenever the business will kind of cease to exist. I'm not never going to close it per se,
Right.
But certainly not focusing. If I had an hour of time free to spend right now, that's not at the brewery. It's with my daughter and my wife.
Yeah, that's
and
understandable.
They're barely getting that hour as it is,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So.
I was going to ask any news on the bowling alley.
Yeah, that's right.
So the irony is that there's no tangible news on the bowling alley per se, but that space where I'd like to put the bowling alley is moving forward. So we've had a bunch of contractors come through, and we're pricing out kind of what we want to do back there. The hope is that we'll have something for Q4. But there's just a lot of other irons in the fire, as it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can get that bowling alley done, you guys will be out there for the first Workhorse Invitational.
I want to roll the inaugural game to break it in.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right.
You could bowl the first strike.
I'm not particularly good at bowling. I just want to
The
do
first
it.
I feel
gutter
like
ball.
it's just luck.
Like, yeah.
I feel like you don't have to be good. It's
No,
just
there's skill to it.
I think
I don't
I
have
think,
any of it.
I think
but there
it's
is
luck to like a point, and then after that, it's like actual skill.
So
but
if
most
we want to
people-
get technical, I'm not sure if we've gone from beer busters to bowling busters.
Yeah,
but,
we do that.
As a league bowler for 6 years, I can tell you when you change your throw from a straight ball to a hook, it ceases being luck and it starts to be more planning. Where then it becomes, that's the same thing with like the brewery where all the extra challenges become much more fun. So I'll happily work with you on that. I
Fair.
love bowling because you can drink during it. It's great.
That is true.
That's true.
That's
yeah.
why I golf.
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah, you couldn't drink while playing hockey.
I don't think
That would not be a good
No,
idea.
you need full grasp of your faculties.
Yes.
Yeah.
That being said, all of Canada just kind of shook their heads slowly.
Well, yeah,
Well, they
that's
have
true.
curling. I mean, you drink during curling.
Can you drink
You
like this?
need to drink during curling.
What's the thing that you, the curl, is it a curling stick? What is it you
Is it a
actually use?
broom? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like a
what's the
broom.
name?
I don't know.
There's
What is
gotta
the
be
curling
a Canuck
thing?
around here somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Steph's going to look it up. While Steph is looking that up, I do want to mention you guys had a really cool thing we posted on our website, the flights to go.
Yeah.
Those little
I love
mini
that
cans.
idea.
It's such a cool Was that your idea?
Yeah, so this has been a really exciting thing. I think, again, when you guys first came by, what we talked a lot about was trying to find ways to differentiate as a brewery in ways that weren't gimmicky, right? So, like, there's so many breweries out there that are doing...
They're brushes.
Brushes, okay.
Cool. Well, now we know.
Yep.
So yeah, there's so many breweries out there that are trying to find what their unique voice is in a very crowded landscape. And we knew from day one it wasn't going to be in crazy beer styles. It wasn't going to be in crazy beer labels. So we had to think of something that was both structural and functional and operational. And when we went to all of these bars and restaurants for distribution, we had the little 8-ounce crowlers that we would fill as samples. And we did that because we didn't want to have 32-ounce crowlers of 8 different styles and waste all that beer per account. So when we started bringing these 8-ounce cans around, all the bars and restaurants were saying, "Oh, those are so cute. What are you doing with them?" We said, "Oh, that's actually a good idea. We should do something with them."
Yeah.
And when we were sitting around the bar one day just having beers, as we do at the brewery, we thought the concept of flights, which are so awesome that everyone goes to a brewery, they try a beer flight, but there's no portable version of it. So the whole idea was, well, how do we make flights portable? Oh, wait, we have these 8-ounce cans. It's called Flights to Go. And the thing that's really exciting for me as a business owner is that there's continual development within the use case of the Flights to Go. At first it was, okay, well, this is a great way for us to introduce our product as a new brewery in smaller sizes so people can be familiar with the brand and see what they like to buy larger quantities. But then it was, oh, well, you're talking about golf, bring them to the golf course. Or when you go to your fridge at home and you can't fit another 6-pack or a 4-pack because you don't have room, take one out, put it in the butter drawer, put it in the like they fit.
Yeah.
There's all these little things that keep working. And I've said it from the beginning with a young daughter at home, like, I can't drink that much at night because she's going to wake up at 5:30, and sometimes I want 2 beers, but I don't want 24 or 36 ounces.
Right.
Now I can have 2 8-ounce pours of 2 different styles, and I don't have to drink that much. So
Yeah.
it really solves a lot of problems, and so far the reception's been great.
Cool.
It's such a cool idea.
Yeah,
I
it's really
like
unique.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much do you typically charge for a Flight to Go?
6-pack of 8-ounce cans is $10.
That is
Wow.
not bad at all.
Yeah,
No.
that's really good.
And
yeah.
we have these buckets now that we do for kind of like outdoor patios that you buy a bucket with the 6 beers, and places are charging $12 to $20 depending on, and you keep the bucket. So, I think it's been interesting to see what the price points look like. And a lot of this was, let's just see what the reception is and kind of get a feedback or a feeling for what the feedback is moving forward.
Yeah, and it's a great idea that isn't gimmicky because it's actually very useful.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like it's
Oh, yeah.
a unique, innovative idea that's not just like something silly. It's like, that's actually a really
Yeah,
good
you
idea.
have to try them all at home. You're not committing to a 4 or 6-pack of one beer
Right.
that you might not like.
Yeah. And, it's great. I talk about you go into a bottle shop, right? And you spend 35 minutes deciding, well, what should I bring for Dan? And what does Wayne want? And what does Steph want? What do I want? And then you're like, wait a second, this is great. I don't have to buy individual bottles of 6 different things over that 35 minutes. I can just grab a little 6-pack. I know there's something for everyone. And frankly, since they're our core beers, these are the styles that we're trying to push anyway, and they're the ones that drive most of our volume. So we're confident that if you get it, you're going to find something that you like within it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Cool.
Speaking of beer,
Yes.
can we drink the Pilsner first?
Of course.
Of course.
Please do.
Let's do.
Yeah, so Nate loves this beer. This is one that he's been refining since we first started. He's been changing, the hop character and really going for more of a kind of that crisp, clean feel. And also, since you guys visited us last, we brought in a centrifuge, so we've been able to get that extra clarity and that real kind of refinement in flavor and aroma that I think helps make the beer really exceptional.
It's really nice.
It's awesome.
Appreciate that.
Like a nice, delicate floral hop note, super clean.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love all the lagers here today. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're all very happy to see that. I think the more lagers there are, it's better for beer.
And it's good. It's Central PA beer event. You got to have your lagers, man.
Yeah.
Got to have good lagers.
That's the best thing about living around here is that I think the history here is just, it's so rooted in lagers. I mean, I think even the younger beer drinkers appreciate lagers being around in this area of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're lucky. We'll reluctantly drink this too. Because your beers are good anyway, but what is the second one?
This is our New England IPA, and this is our best seller, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Not surprising.
It's one of the ones that we weren't originally going to brew, and then we said, you know what, we got to do this. People want it, and we don't want to be a brewery that dictates what we put out there. We really want customer feedback.
Right.
As long as it fits within our general portfolio and our style guidelines, we want to sell beer that people want to buy, and I think, thankfully, the style has resonated. And it's not your uber hazy. It's not designed to be hazy.
Yeah, you can sort of see through it, which is refreshing.
It's a little crisper. It's not super sweet, which I like. You still get a nice bitter hop
milk,
character.
sugar, no lactose in anything we do.
Good.
Not to denigrate those styles, but that's just not what we wanted to do. Same kind of basic approach to all of the beers that we make, and thankfully, I think it's been well received. And Nate continues to brew it. It's our core beers. They just go out. So we're excited.
There's some guys getting really high in the air over there. It scares me every time I see them go up in
Rich
the air.
got a really good action shot of one of them. He showed me earlier.
That's cool.
One of the skateboarders, I think.
Woo!
I have to apologize, Dan. When you were talking about the flights to go, I started laughing because Bart ran from over there, from the front, whatever ramp thing that is, ran over here, jumped over the ropes, ran over to the stickman stand to get Jim, and then ran back. So Jim had to run to follow him. It was kind of funny to watch.
Oh, watching Jim run, yeah.
Large man making big moves.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Love
Well, speaking of big events, like where we are right now, you guys, you got lots of space there. What kind of cool things you got in the works for there?
Yeah, so one thing that we're super pumped about is, our first anniversary is going to be coming up in September.
Oh, yeah.
And, which is, can't believe that's actually already something we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, we're going to be celebrating a week-long Oktoberfest as part of our first anniversary. So
that's amazing.
This is literally the first time I've said it out loud outside of our staff meeting. So there's nothing on the website. There's no promotional stuff about it. It's going to happen. You heard it here first.
Nice.
So that's going to be really
breaking
cool.
news.
Yeah, breaking news. Where's your dun dun dun?
Yeah, we do.
I have a bunch of sound effects.
We do have a breaking news. There's too many.
Breaking news.
There you go.
There it is.
And there's also, there it is.
Exclusive on Beer Busters.
There it is.
So we'll be doing that, and then there's a bunch of other kind of irons in the fire that we'll be able to share a little bit later. But yeah, we're opening our outdoor beer garden this week.
Oh, cool.
So got some outdoor tables, some seating, umbrellas, some outdoor games. Obviously, drinking outdoors is fantastic, and we wanted to be able to take advantage of our space. So that'll be ready on Wednesday, certainly for the middle and the end of next week. So that'll be fun.
Cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's always good to see you.
It's good to see you guys too.
Definitely
is.
I'm
Yes.
pleased to be out here.
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
It's an awesome event. I hope the reception's been great so far, and I want to get that Sixtel. I think we have to stop on the way home.
He has one thing on his mind
I
now.
really do. I was so
well-
set in getting one recently, and then I tweeted at or Instagram talked to somebody that works at Workhorse a while ago.
You slid in the DMs. That's how you say it. Yeah,
Was
you
it
slid in the
Anyway.
DMs.
But yeah, I was like, oh, cool, you sell them, awesome. I need to ring this thing in. And this was like 4 months ago, and I
Sure.
haven't done it yet.
Well,
Today's the day.
Again, we're not going anywhere. I've got, I think, 13 different styles and Sixtels right now.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So
The hard part's going to be the decision.
yeah,
Pilsner.
we just tapped
Pilsner.
the sour
Pilsner.
IPA this week.
Pilsner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Pilsner.
sour IPA is good. The Dunkelweiss is really
Ooh,
tasty.
Dunkelweiss.
Yep. So got a couple
that is
other ones.
a tough decision. Yeah, I don't know.
He threw a wrench in my plan.
I mean,
here.
to be fair, Dan bought this kegerator how long ago?
About a year and a half almost.
Yeah, and there's been nothing in it.
It's
yet.
been sitting
all.
there. Yeah.
Yep, it's just sitting there.
I plugged it in for the first time in January.
So you got it. You just said, all right, I just bought this beautiful piece of equipment. I like beer. I'm just going to let it chill while I figure out what I want to buy.
Well, for a while I was out on medical leave because I had a bad back and I
That's
couldn't
true.
actually lift
That's
anything.
true.
So
So now I'm the asshole. Okay.
no, but that was November, so I still had it. I got it March
Yeah.
of last year, so I still had 8 months where it was just sitting there collecting.
Well,
dust.
to be fair, we often do go home with tons of beer from
That is
podcast
also
recordings,
true.
like in cans and bottles. So it's like there's always something in the beer fridge anyway.
Yeah.
But
Nice perk of what you do.
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
That is
nice.
true.
That's true.
All right, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
thanks,
always
man.
good to
Guys,
see
always
you.
good to see you.
Say, Yvonne, remember when I said I'd have to send away to NASA to calculate your bar tab?
Oh, yeah. We all had a good laugh, Mo.
The results came back today. You owe me $70 billion.
You know, Wayne, there's something I'm very jealous of you.
My devastating good looks?
Devastating might be the wrong word. But your persona does not include a pair of glasses.
My persona does not.
Right.
Does my actual person?
I don't know.
Also no.
Also no. My persona and my person do require glasses. And the whole process of shopping for glasses is terrible. You go into your eye doctor, you get an appointment, which can take forever. Then you go for the exam, and they have this machine, if you go to the wrong eye doctor, that blows a puff of air into your eye. And it's the most uncomfortable thing I've ever been through in my entire life.
Wait, is that real or is that from Saw?
No, that's actually real.
Okay.
That is totally real. My eye doctor does not. But then after that, you get the prescription, and then you have them try to sell you a pair of glasses in the office that are marked up beyond all belief. And then you say, no thanks, I'm going to go somewhere else and look. And then you go to the local shop that's close by, and it might be a chain, and the sales guy walks up to you, he's going to make his commission and everything. Well, it's a terrible experience, and that is where Warby Parker comes in to play. Have you ever gone to Warby Parker? Have you seen their glasses?
You know what? I listen to podcasts. I am aware of Warby Parker.
You're aware of Warby Parker. Well, Warby Parker, they have a lot of fashionable and boutique style glasses, but their objective is to upend the eyewear market and have that eyewear delivered to you at a revolutionary price point, because their philosophy is that eyewear should not cost as much as an iPhone.
I could get behind that.
Yeah, me too. Beyond that, every prescription that you order, every pair of glasses includes anti-reflective and anti-glare coating, so when you're driving, it is safe, and they come with a hard case and cleaning cloth. How much do you want to guess they start at?
$2,000.
Wrong. Try again.
$5 million.
You went the wrong way.
Shit. $1.
$1. No. $95. And that will include your prescription lenses. They make buying glasses online easy and risk-free. They have a home try-on program that allows you to order 5 pairs of frames to be shipped directly to you, so you get to try them on at home, take your pictures, post them on Instagram, text them to your friends and family and your Tinder hookups and say, hey, how do these look, WYD? You have 5 days to get all of the input from all your friends. You send them back, then you order your prescriptions. But they make it even easier. You can either upload your prescription or just give them the name and phone number of your eye doctor, and they will get it for you from their office, so you don't mess it up like I would.
That's pretty convenient.
It's awesome. And when you order, most of your completed glasses will be delivered within 10 business days. A lot of them arrive sooner than that. And you're paying it forward. For every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You're doing something for the greater good. And yes, they do have sunglasses, both prescription and not.
Aha, so even if your eyes work perfectly like mine,
yes,
they are still subject to the sun.
And you still get fashionable eyewear at a very competitive price. Now, you, as a listener of Beer Busters, you can get your free home try-on at warbyparkertrial.com/beerbusters. 5 pairs of frames that show up to you at your home to try on and tell the internet how much you love them. warbyparkertrial.com/beerbusters.
Boys and girls, it's about to get noisy, so we're going to get one more interview in here.
Rapid fire!
We have Kevin Squared!
Jesus. From Rotunda. Kevin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good, man. Thanks for coming up to the table.
Awesome, man.
It's always good to see Kevin Squared.
That is true. That is true.
You guys are awesome.
Oh,
you're awesome, Kevin.
We appreciate that.
Aww.
So, our original flavor, Kevin, just left the building, who's also the head of security, apparently. So now this whole event's
going to be a free-for-all.
Yeah, it's going to devolve into anarchy. I mean, there's BMXers and skateboarders and metal bands. What do you think is going to happen?
True.
And beer.
But anyway, back to the lecture at hand.
Sounds bad.
Time is of the essence. How are things going at Rotunda?
It's great, man. We got the brewery open now on Saturdays. We started doing that about a month ago.
Cool.
For our anniversary, and tapping some exclusive beers in there, doing some Randall's, Firkins. We got a slushy machine. So
you're pleasing all
beer
the kids.
Slushies. Come and get them at RBC.
Nice.
That's so cool. And you have some interesting looking beers here. I feel like we should start normal, though, and do the lager first.
Yeah.
I love that you have a lager.
It's one of our more normal offerings. It's my new go-to as well.
One of our more normal.
IPA guy.
That's good.
What's it called?
Cerveza de Guadalupe.
Oh.
Why Guadalupe?
Well, it's actually named after the Rotunda brothers' mother. Her name is Guadalupe.
Oh, no way.
Cool.
Yes.
That's so cool. Now I understand. Was this brewed for Cinco de Mayo?
No, we actually had it before Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just because every brewery should brew a Mexican lager.
I mean, we're like a Mexican restaurant at the Batdorf, you know, so
Yeah.
we needed a Mexican lager to compete with all the people buying Corona.
That's so cool.
Ours is way better.
This is much better than Corona, I will tell you that, yes.
No lime needed,
Yeah, it doesn't
but
need a lime.
you are serving it with limes
Yes,
if people want.
and it is good with a lime.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Do you have limes here today?
I did bring limes.
All right.
Oh.
That's
I'll
for
try
the
that.
paying customers,
Oh, no, I'm not
for the
saying, like,
people
no,
that
no, no.
just come up and steal beer from his tap. And he's like, "What's going on?"
No. We gotta save that for the
This guy's got
Gonna have
limes for
extras.
days.
Limes for days.
I brought more than enough.
Oh, Kevin, limes for days.
Yes.
So the other two beers you brought are sort of kind of what Rotunda has become known for. These either insanely hoppy, hazy beers or these crazy beers that you just put a bunch of ingredients in.
The sweet tarts.
The sweet tarts.
Nice.
Sweet tarts.
Sweet.
So let's do that one first.
Yeah,
let's
let's
talk
do
about
it.
the wheat tart. So I assume it's a wheat ale that's soured, right? And then they put the S in front of wheat.
It's a kettle sour.
Yeah.
I believe there's wheat in the base. I don't think we could get away with using that in the name.
If there wasn't,
Oh
yeah,
my
actually there.
gosh!
I don't know the percentage.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, it's sweet. It literally tastes like liquid candy. Woo!
It has a nice aroma.
A lot of people are saying it's really tart. Like, I don't know.
No, it legit tastes like a sweet tart.
I mean, it is kind of a mouth pucker.
Wow.
There's a lot going on.
I got to
in
try
there.
this now. There's so
There's a
much buildup.
lot
No,
going
that
on
definitely
in there.
channels the candy.
So much reaction.
I could see that being interesting as a slushy, though, for sure.
Well, we did our strawberry daiquiri a couple weeks ago in the slushy machine. People dug that. We also did the pastry IPA, which is like a cannoli type IPA.
You're
a
just-
pastry IPA.
You're
That's
just
new-
doing
that's different.
everything that beer was never meant to be, but now beer has become. That's what you guys do at Rotunda Brewing.
This would be good as a slushy.
There is a lot
I could
of
totally
strange
see
beer
that.
trends going on right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Keeps
true.
everybody on their toes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you mentioned the brewery is open on Saturdays now, but the beer is always available at the Batdorf, right?
Yeah. 6 days a week, the Batdorf is our official tap room, and then on Saturdays we're open 11 to 5.
That's super
Very cool. Are you guys still? You guys had a Sapco system there originally. Are you still in the original system?
No,
Or you've upgraded.
That did get sold. Yes, yeah. We've been brewing on the 7-barrel system for like over a year now.
Okay,
They have a big boy system now.
Nice. Yeah.
A big boy system.
Is
Who
this-
is your head brewer?
Eric Stubbs, same guy that we've had since like July of 2016.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very cool. And the brewery part, for those that were there back in the day, is where the bottle shop used to be.
So the
Correct,
bottle
yeah.
shop
Oh,
is
bottle
now
shop's
all
gone.
the brewery.
There's no bottles.
Oh, wow.
That's what. Okay,
in that
yeah.
building.
So
yeah,
what do
yeah,
you
yeah.
do? What do you do now?
I work in the Batdorf restaurant.
Yeah? 'Cause
I'm-
you
I'm
were
the
like-
hostess with the mostest.
You were like
Somebody's
the
gotta do that.
bottle
and I
shop
try
guy.
to sell beer while I'm out on the floor. I talk about our beer a lot. And
Hostess
I'm,
with the mostest. I love
do
it.
all the events, and you know.
Yeah, you are out at a lot of events, so I sort of feel like you're like the brand ambassador.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. So we have one more beer, a super fucking hazy Anvil IPA.
Oh my god.
An
Holy
Anvil IPA.
Holy shit.
Yeah, look at
Citra,
that.
Mosaic, and Galaxy.
Yep, that's orange juice
It's
right
our
there.
staple.
It's opaque.
It's our flagship IPA. Seems like it just keeps getting better and better every batch.
People love it. People now, are you guys canning beers too? I believe.
We can about once a month. We'll do like 20 to 40 cases somewhere around there, like multiple beers.
And people
like that.
line
Once
up.
a month or once a month and a half, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that. It looks like it's going to be like a sweet hazy IPA, but it's not. It doesn't have the sweetness. It's,
Yeah.
it's actually it's rounded out very, very well.
It is way more drinkable than you would think looking at it.
It definitely, yeah. It definitely, and not to sound mean or anything, but I don't think anybody is a stranger to the fact that we're not fans of super hazy IPAs. And looking at it, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like it, but it's actually, I don't hate it.
That's good. And I would have thought different. I would have thought you guys were fans of hazy IPAs.
Oh no,
Not really. We're old. We
Bring
like
us
fan
all
of
the
Weezer,
loggers.
though, right?
I am huge, huge fan of
I love
Weezer.
Did you know they were the first band to ever have their own Snuggie?
I have the limited
Oh wait,
edition
I think I
secret
saw
print one.
Rivers' commercial for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was funny.
It was a trivia question
And
this week.
their first album just turned 25
yesterday.
We are all old.
Yep, we're all old.
Oh, well, that's all right. Well, Kevin, it's always good to see you. I'm glad we got to taste the beers and get a quick update from Rotunda. We probably shouldn't leave Rich at your stand for too long.
Yeah, plus the
He's
band's
probably
about to go
drinking
on.
all the beer.
Yeah. Well, no, here's the thing. We often allow Rich to pour at Beer Fest for people, But you guys are actually selling beer, so there's money involved. So we don't trust him for very long.
Smart thinking.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, we'll talk to you again soon, man. Cheers.
Taking a slight deviation from breweries. We actually don't have any extreme athletes at the table right now. However,
but he is a brewer.
I know he's a brewer. We have
So
a
it still counts.
friend of the show, brewer extraordinaire, and now hot sauce slinger, Tim Myers. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right, man. Thanks for coming up.
Myers
to the
with one
table.
E.
Yes, Myers with one E. And of course, returning to the table, the mad chef himself, Francisco
Chucho Ramirez.
Chucho's emergency beer delivery
He
service.
saw Tim put hot sauces down, and he's like, I'm
He's
back.
like, I'm sitting down.
I'm in.
I'm sitting down.
So the hot sauce company, is it Hot Hedz?
Hot Hedz.
Hot Hedz makes sense. You're at the hot.
Did Bart
Hedz
give you
event.
shit about this?
No.
Well, no, because you spelled heads the right way.
That's true.
That's true.
That's very true. That's
I
very,
didn't
very
spell it
true.
the cool way.
Yeah.
I did think about that when I came up with the name.
Nice.
I was like, nah, that's a whole different realm, you know.
He'll be okay with
Be
it.
all right.
It's
You're all
fine.
right.
How long have you been doing the hot sauce game?
I started at the beginning of last year,
Oh, wow.
2018.
Ah, cool.
I started making sauce, creating the recipes, and I started selling it Black Friday last year. So
a good time.
It hasn't been too long. It's been 6 months.
Yeah. How's it been going so far?
It's going well.
Good.
Every time I do like a sampling like this, people taste it, and then they usually buy it.
Holy shit, that one's ghost pepper.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but the honey makes it mellow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right.
Too bad we don't have any happy fun time punishments today.
Oh, my God.
We're all going to be punished. I'm hopping right in.
So I'm curious. We'll try all these, but I'm curious. So, is there any similarities between home brewing and making hot sauce?
Of course.
How is that like interconnect?
I mean, I kind of took what I was doing with the home brewing and kind of switched it over to the hot sauce. I'm like, there's similarities between flavor, taste, balance, all that, and doing stuff that's kind of wild and crazy too.
Very nice. What is the actual? I know nothing about this. What is what is your basic process for producing a sauce?
There is no basic process.
Okay.
I mean, get some ingredients together, mix them up, see how it goes. Whether it's fermented or non-fermented. You got to choose what your style you're going for, and all these are non-fermented.
Okay.
So it's just the fresh ingredients. There's no added water. There's no preservatives. There's no dyes. There's no emulsifiers.
Okay.
Because I've been hearing those are bad for you. So it's all natural.
It sounds bad. Emulsifier.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because a lot of companies add a ton of water, then they add the emulsifier to thicken it back up.
Right.
So you're getting like half a sauce.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's like
okay.
half the ingredients,
Right.
and
Right.
half
Right.
water.
Right.
Mine, it's all fresh ingredients. So
Very nice. Very nice.
I like that one a lot.
Explodes.
We got a lot of flavor.
Hold on a second. So there is a heat scale,
Yes.
and the ghost pepper one is a 3 out of 5.
Yes.
Do you have 5s?
I make my sauce so that you want to keep going back for more every time. I don't want to burn you out. I want you to have it and then be like, I can't have anything else.
Okay, so far I've had
Sweet Wave is the
Sweet
most
Wave,
mild.
mango jalapeno, which is super tasty, but this Hawaiian this Hawaiian Express is freaking delicious. It's Fresno and pineapple. That's really good.
Thank you.
That would be a good beer.
I haven't tried anything yet.
They're phenomenal.
Oh,
I mean, the one thing that we were talking the first time I tried them, it was a lot of hot sauces bring, those sometimes they take a lot of the dish itself because the heat is just overpowering, and then all of a sudden that's all you taste. With this, it's like another depth of flavors to it. There's another level to it, and that I think they're phenomenal. They're really good.
I don't like when you get a sauce and it just burns you out right away.
Staying away from the ghost pepper one.
That's good. I like the smokiness of this one. This is the
That has-
Rebellion.
The Rebellion has habaneros and cherry bombs and smoked sun-dried tomato.
That
This
is super tasty.
Hawaiian Express is really nice.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
so
I
far,
really
Hawaiian
like that one.
Express.
I haven't
They're all
tried
really
the sweet whatever.
Sweet Wave was really good.
Sweet Wave.
I'm trying to keep the caps with the correct bottles.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Are you spilling beer?
I spilled beer on my notebook. Oh no.
No, yeah, that's the first time that's happened.
Yeah, right.
We'll have to get a little hot sauce on there too.
Yeah. Cool. So what? We know you from the beer world. What inspired you to start this venture?
Because I was thinking about starting my own brewery, but starting a hot sauce company is way cheaper.
You are not wrong.
And there are less rules and regulations. And there's no tax on condiments.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
I would not have thought that.
Oh, shit.
All right,
These are all things I figured out along the way. And I just started making it, started doing it.
Yeah.
And
are you in any stores, or you just do it like as pop-up events?
I just went into the Healthy Grocer.
Hey, that's
Camp
awesome.
Bill. Yeah. And Boneshire Brewing Company is selling it. Bird's Nest Brewing Company in Carlisle is selling it. Hopefully some mad chef.
Well, we talked about it. We just got to sit down.
We got to sit down.
Apparently, you have to
It'd be cool
talk to Sean first.
It'd be cool to do a collab and make something with pineapple.
Yes, Mad Hop Hedz.
Well, and we were thinking maybe possibly even making like a new sauce to match a new beer and have it be its own thing.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
That's what I'm interested in.
We could do a beer dinner, and the three of us could collaborate.
Sean, put it on the calendar. Sean, get your calendar right about now, bro.
Because we can make a beer that's inspired by these hot sauces, because you know I am the senorita of hot. And you could make dishes with using his sauces.
We need the calendar.
This would be awesome.
Senorita I've got about 270 hot peppers growing in my basement right now.
Wow.
To the plants.
You're like the Walter White of hot sauce.
I am pretty white. But,
and he's wearing a white sweatshirt.
That's right. I got my Hot One sweatshirt on.
Nice.
I like it.
Nice. I tried the ghost pepper one, despite my better judgment.
It's really good.
It's actually, it's not as hot as I would have thought.
The onion and the sweet from the honey, and then you get the kick of the heat. It's really
the
pleasant.
kick's there, but it's almost like you ate a super fresh jalapeno. Like, that's all the kick that's there.
Fantastic.
My tongue is still warm.
Really?
It does linger, but nothing that you can't
That one's
handle.
made more like a traditional hot sauce to put on anything.
It's very well
the
balanced.
other three are a little more stylized.
So are most of them in the 2 to 3 heat range?
Yes, but I am working on a Reaper and a Strawberry Reaper that should be coming out this summer.
Yeah, because there are crazy people that will want that.
As soon as I get the Reapers, it's on.
I used to like stuff that spicy. And then I ate a wing so hot I couldn't taste my cheeseburger after. Which you guys
We witnessed that.
That was the end of that.
Cheeseburgers and wings.
Yeah.
It was after recording one night. It was a little loose.
All right, so I've tried the Sweet Wave, the Hawaiian Express, and the Rebellion.
But
all
not
very
the
good.
Phantasm? They're all good.
I'm a little scared of the Phantasm, but I'm going to give it a shot.
No, it's good. It's really
actually,
good.
It's not hot.
I think
the Rebellion was really good.
I like this.
So far, the Rebellion had the most heat for me, which I'm not a huge fan of super spicy.
I really like that Hawaiian Express.
But that Hawaiian Express and the Sweet Wave, both of those are very, very good.
Whoa, okay, Bart.
It's going at it again.
Bart with the mic.
It's going at it again.
Awesome.
So what's new with you in the brewing world?
I just started brewing for Riverbend Brewing Company.
Very cool.
As pretty much a full-time gig. They're working on getting a 3.5 barrel set up. So right now it's a small batch, but that should be set up within 2 months. And then we'll see where that goes.
That's awesome. So you're
I'm
still
the
brewing.
vegetable hunter also.
Oh my gosh, you wear so many hats. Do you sleep?
A little bit. You have to a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
A nap here and there. We'll see you curled up under your table over there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm with my son, so.
That makes sense. You have to do that.
Yeah.
The hot sauce. How much is a bottle of hot sauce? What can people expect to pay for your stuff?
It ranges, but anywhere from 10 to 13.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially for locally made.
It's locally made.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a farmer to possibly get everything locally sourced eventually.
Oh, man.
I'm going to talk to a honey guy and all that. So
He's got a honey guy.
Honey guy.
Yeah.
All right, I got a guy.
That knows a B.
Was that?
So, yeah.
That knows a B.
Yeah, that knows a B. 1B.
I would like to continue to work with breweries and take my hot peppers to breweries and be let's do something, a collab,
Yeah.
So
I think that's a great idea.
A lot of future,
I
plans.
support peppers and beers, so
do I.
let's make this happen.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
3-way collab.
Yeah, we need Sean though too on this. Well, this is awesome. Your hot sauces are phenomenal.
Yeah,
They're
really good.
super delicious. So good luck with that, and exciting news in the brewery front as well. So
the heat is catching up to me now. I'm feeling
It'll
it.
be fine.
I know I'll be fine. I'm totally a pussy when it comes to
Drink
spicy
more beer.
stuff. I am drinking. I'm drinking more
You might need
Boniface Pilsner.
a few tears.
Yeah.
Beer helps it to get hotter. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's beer. I got to drink.
Oh, and thank you for some of the Irish Red off air.
Oh, yeah.
problem.
That was quite delicious.
Yeah,
I got to slam the rest of the
Our
crowler.
pleasure.
That was delicious.
Always hooking us up. I love it.
But yeah, definitely. So out there in podcast land, check out Hot Heads.
Hot Heads.
If you're in our area.
At Hotheads Official,
Available
yes.
online.
Very nice.
Available at those areas I said, and hopefully a lot more coming up. So.
Very cool.
Matt
man.
Chef.
And Matt Chef.
And Matt Chef.
Not yet.
I think the contract is
Did I
not
throw that in
finalized.
there? My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Time to do deals.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
right.
gosh.
Bringing people together as always. That's what we do.
That's right.
Tim, it was awesome catching up with you, man. These are great, and congratulations on everything you got going for you. That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
There's another band that is about to start, but we have to get another member of the Hopheads crew on the mic with us. We've returning to the show, longtime friend, Paul Miller. How are you, sir?
It's such a pleasure to be back. I honestly, thank you so much for
Of course.
being here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Hangar
You
Jam.
are the most positive guest ever. You're always so happy and so complimentary.
Well, we have been planning this for 4 months, and this has been a labor of love. Honestly,
course. Yeah.
every little detail has been ironed out. This is going off without a hitch. It's all, and I actually just said this to somebody. It's almost going too smoothly.
Like
honestly,
something needs to go wrong. Something needs to go wrong.
No. We're not wishing that. But
I can't wait for the Beastie Boys band to come on.
That's going to be cool.
I am so excited because
just
I
got
never
to
got
meet
to
them.
see them live,
Oh, yeah?
see the real Beastie Boys live. So I feel like this will kind of make up for that.
well, they're still around.
I know, but it's not the same.
Do they still tour?
They did like the two surviving members did a memoir or something, and they did a tour promoting that. They were at the Tower 3 months ago, somewhere around there. But like they don't perform anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I did get to see the original Beastie Boys.
That's
and
pretty
it
awesome.
It was great.
So aside from being a member of Hopheads and helping put together this whole event, we talked earlier with Jim from Stick Band. You are like helping them put together a podcast.
I would be the producer.
The producer.
I just kind of push buttons.
Fancy.
And people
Fancy.
think I know what I'm doing, so it works.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The music has started.
It did. Is this? Oh, this is the.
This is Anthrophobia.
Anthrophobia.
Yeah,
They're the ones from Reading.
Yeah, they're from our hometown.
they are. Do you remember? Sorry, this is totally unrelated to anything you have.
Not a problem.
To promote. Frank Phobia, the frontman of this band, was the guy who put on the shows at Heaster's Lane
Oh, yeah.
way back in the day, and he's one of the guys that opened Reverb. That used to be 1402 in Reading. Yeah, so that's him with the blonde hair screaming into a microphone.
We'll have to get some videos.
He's up there now. He's got to be like probably in his 50s, maybe 40s.
You can still rock when you're
up there? We're
That's not
almost
up there.
40.
Shush.
Yeah, you guys are almost 40.
Listen, the Stones still tour, so I think that
That's
they're
true.
okay.
Well, they had to
Very good
cancel.
point. Very good point.
They had to cancel.
I
the
did
last
hear
leg of
about
their
that.
tour.
They're going to make it up, though.
Assuming they're all still alive.
Indeed.
So what else is new with you?
We're trying something a little different this year. Last year, we really overextended ourselves on a lot of shows, and so what we're trying to do is trim the fat a little bit, and we're trying to do some more things like this. We're trying to do more of our own thing. We've been around for so long. We go. A lot of the same people see us at the same events. So something like this is something like it's going to be the future of Hopheads because we just can't. We don't have the staff. We don't have the inventory. We just can't constantly be at. I mean, some shows weekends we're at 3 shows a weekend, so we got to split everything 3 ways, and it's just very, very difficult to be in 3 places at once. But so this is what the future of Hopheads fans can expect. Things like this. We're going to do a lot more stuff like this.
Yeah, apparently you guys are event planners now.
It's not easy. It's not. I'll tell you. If anybody who said planning an event like this was easy, boy, they have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm still recovering from our 100th episode event, and this is episode 168.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years later.
And that was such a wonderful event, and I was glad I was able to be there.
Yeah.
That might actually be the last time I was on the show. I'm almost positive because I got on for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, listen, I love what you guys do. I'm so glad that you guys are still doing this. You're such a influence in this area, regardless of if you think that that's true. I always hear you guys are always at the newest places. Like, I don't know. I'm so happy for you. And I'll tell you what, I'm also happy for myself for this particular reason. Wolf just announced they're going to build their new brewery within walking distance to my house.
That is awesome.
Cool. I mean, literally walking distance. I'm not even like it's 3 blocks
They're
away
killing
from my
it.
house.
I can't wait for our first recording there.
Such big fans.
Yeah.
And,
They're so
I want to
awesome.
give a shout out to both of them. They are just wonderful people, and I've honestly never had a bad beer from them.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
we
are
got
killing it. They're like winning everything they enter.
and we got to talk to Derek last week. We were at Little Big Beer Fest,
And I was too.
Yes,
I didn't quite get on, but that's
Yes.
okay. I was busy. No, you know what? I totally get it. You guys do such a great job with your scheduling, and Little Big Beer Fest is my favorite beer fest. We can literally go to hundreds of beer fests a year. AC has a place in my heart. But Little Big Beer Fest is, without question, the best fest because 75-80% of those beers you're never going to drink again. They were brewed for that event. What other event can you say that that's the case?
We were a little stressed at that event too because we actually were interviewed at the beginning of it. So we got maybe an hour late start than we usually do at that event. So we're like, holy crap, we got to start recording. It was a bit of a stressor, but Rich was awesome at like expediting people, and we didn't get everyone on the show we wanted to get on the show, but
there's only so much you can do.
that was stressful. We're not used to being on the other side of it, and we're like,
Well, it was even more stressful because it was video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I had to powder my nose.
Well, and I saw that Port and PA is going to start doing like a series.
Yeah, well, that's why we were interviewed.
Yeah,
so
it was for that.
we're
Yeah, that's
excited
gonna
to
be
be a
cool.
part of that.
Yeah.
And they're one of the sponsors of Hangar Jam today.
Yeah, the stage.
If it wasn't for Port and PA, this thing wouldn't happen.
And if you haven't watched it yet, people, what the hell's wrong with you? I mean, come on. Don't you want to see my face on a screen?
I've probably watched it at least 10 times.
Wow.
Oh, you're probably above me.
I'm in it for like a second.
You are, I know.
I spotted myself, which is...
That's the fun part. It's like, where's Waldo? Like, who do I know that's in here randomly? Like, oh, I know her. Oh, I know him.
I love it.
That's a fun part.
And seriously, like Little Big Beer Fest, like I hate it because I look forward to it so much, but it's also the end of Harrisburg Beer Week, and it sucks because it's like bittersweet, you know, when you walk out of there. But hey, congratulations to Wolf for winning, and again, what amazing beers. And I'll tell you, I stopped over to Free Will, and they had a 14.7 Belgian quad. I'm like,
I think the highest, though, was 16-something of all the beers there.
16.01.
Yeah, 01. Motherfuckers.
Who did that one? I forget.
I forget, but I remember.
Oh, man.
I remember it was 16.01.
I know it was a barrel aged, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Probably.
Think so, yeah.
They just poured liquor in it. No, that's illegal. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that at all.
That takes me back to my college days.
Yeah, right? Little vodka in the
mix
beer.
all sorts of alcohol.
You know.
But seriously, I just want to thank you guys so very much for being here. This is such a labor of love. We've really, really, really worked hard to make this thing happen, and it's turned out great, beautiful weather. And we just thank you guys for being here, man, and thanking for... You know, what's very interesting about us in terms of Beer Busters and Hopheads is we both started about the same time.
Yeah.
So we've kind of seen each other grow at the same time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think, like, I remember the very first time, Steph, I met you at the Brewery of Hershey. That was one of our first 5 shows.
Yeah.
And that was
Wow.
one of your first events that
yeah.
you actually got to go out and represent.
And I bought a Hoptoberfest shirt from you guys.
And you know what? I hope that they come back.
Yeah.
The shirts.
Very cool.
The shirts.
I agree. Well, I heard whisperings of a possible Halloween Hopheads event, so I'm just going to say that.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But we're gonna put it on. We're not gonna pay somebody else to put it on.
Yes!
And
that's so metal.
And that's where the future of Hopheads lies. We're gonna be starting to do a lot more of our own shows, and okay, we'll just take it one day at a time. Because honestly, last summer was brutal. We were 3 places every weekend, and it was just so much. So we're trying to we know the events that we do well at, trying to just keep it with that. But let me ask you, what are some of the beers that you've had today that you enjoyed?
All the Pilsners.
Right here.
The Workhorse Pilsner, St. Boniface Pilsner, the Nuevo de Mayo,
Yeah,
whatever
that one's
bullshit
really good.
from
Yeah.
that. I love all the lagers that are here. That's what's making me excited. Even freaking Stickman brought a lager. Like, I love all the lagers.
Stickman brought a lager.
Who would
Stickman
have thunk it?
brought
That's
a
something.
lager.
But yeah, and we got to crack open. We talked about it a little bit when Francisco crashed Tim's segment. The crowler of Red Ale from Mad Chef.
That was really good.
I don't know what it was called.
Speaking of Mad Chef, we're actually very happy. We just came out with a bench clear
Yeah, we had that
session.
earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that.
So we actually, the whole behind the scenes of that, I'm sure Francisco talked about this, but we were working with the Barnstormers. and we had a connection with them, and we wanted to brew something special for baseball season, and Bart went down, did a collab with them. It's so funny because people always ask us, well, where's your beer? And I say, well, we don't brew beer, but we do collabs with everybody, and we've pretty much done collabs with everybody here today. And so it's just one more in the arsenal of Hopheads gear beer, you know?
Yeah.
And the bench beer is
Hopheads
really
gear
good.
beer.
Exactly. But we always say we leave the brewing to the professionals, but
Yeah.
sometimes we help
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes we...
Squeegee the floor.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm going to do. That's what Dan
Hop
does.
it,
Yep.
Little picking up some grain. if
Just
we
kind
have
of watch,
to.
you know.
But
encourage.
Mad Chef, we love. I mean, isn't Francisco literally the nicest
Dude, he is
person
the
in the world?
best
Literally.
person
Yeah.
ever.
Literally.
Yeah, Francisco's the best.
The most genuine human being that I've ever met, and
Yeah.
such a pleasure. And you know what? That's the best thing about the beer industry. People like you guys, people like Francisco, people like Dan from Workhorse, and the guys from Stickman. I mean, these are just genuine people that are just out there to help out and really care about what they do, and it's just really, really amazing.
Yeah.
I got to switch subjects here real quick because I know that I only have another minute because I got to get
Yeah,
back to
because
work.
I want to go mosh.
What is your opinion on the merger between Sam Adams?
I am
and
excited.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
think it is a very smart move by Sam because he sees the current state of craft beer and the trouble that mid-sized breweries are in. And I think in order to keep his product relevant and in order to keep his brand safe, I think it's a brilliant, brilliant move on his part. And I think that Jim Cook and Sam Calzone are brilliant businessmen. They're very in tune to the beer industry, and I think it's just going to help both brands. I really do. And there's going to be haters, and I get it. And if you're not okay with it, don't buy
Well,
the beer.
listen,
But
like,
I'm excited about it.
If you told me before this happened that Dogfish Head is going to sell to another company, I'd be like, oh shit, that sucks. But then you said
It's not Bud. It's not one
Boston
of the macros.
beer. I'd
It's
be like,
Boston
oh,
beer.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay then.
I'm okay with
the
it.
largest brewery in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, next to Yingling. Yingling is still technically the biggest, but
In the top two.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'll tell you what, and I went to Milton last year. What an amazing experience. They had some rare vintage Sati, which is one of my favorite beers ever. They had vintage bottles of it. Loved it. All right.
You gotta get back to
I
work.
gotta head back
Bye,
to
Paul.
work.
Yeah, you're
guys.
being-
Thank-
Bye, Paul.
listen, seriously,
Bye, Paul.
thank you so much.
Thank you all. Cheers, man.
So, guys,
So, Steph.
this event is really fun.
Yeah, this was really cool.
Usually we end recording at the end of the event, but we purposely want to watch the last band
Yeah,
and
Brass
get packed
Monkeys.
up. So,
Funky
Brass Monkey.
That funky monkey.
Yeah, that should be really cool. No, this event was awesome. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what to expect coming into it, but it's like Paul said, this is something that I think went off without a hitch. It's a lot of fun. Everyone that's here is having a blast. I kind of liked watching the kids doing their... I say kids, the dude's in his 40s and was doing it too. But especially when somebody rode their bike over Francisco.
Yeah, that was
That was
pretty
awesome. Rich
Yeah.
got the best video of that ever.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was really cool. And the bands are all good. This might be my first metal show ever.
Yeah, I love Anthrophobia. They were freaking amazing.
They've been around
Gallo-
forever.
I know, and how have I? This is the first time I've ever seen them, and
Really?
they're from Reading.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gallo Glass
Yes.
was really, really good.
Yeah,
They
I
are
enjoyed them.
awesome. Such great energy on stage. And even the first band, Drew in the Blue? Did I get that
Yes.
right?
Drew in the Blue.
They
yes.
were really good. So I'm excited for the Brass Monkeys. Bart did a great job handpicking these bands, and yeah, this is a really good time. I hope this is an event that continues to happen because I would definitely want to come back.
Yeah, and a
Same.
really cool space. Like
Yeah, oh, for sure.
This giant. I mean, this is probably on the small side for airport hangars.
Probably,
it
but it
still
feels
means
gigantic.
It's fucking huge, which is pretty cool. And
So-
this has been a very Bart event. Like
Yeah,
if I had to dream up an event that Bart Kaminsky came up with,
It
this
would be this.
This would be it.
The
Yeah,
only thing that
definitely.
makes me sad is Bart was not up front, like headbanging and moshing right at the stage.
Well,
so
well, he's been running around.
I know,
Yeah,
he's running around.
He's been an event
socializing.
coordinator.
So I hope he gets
tackling
to enjoy
things.
the last band a little more. But
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
His head of security left early, so
Oh, Kevin Keller.
Kevin Keller. Sorry, Kevin Keller, we ran out of time.
we didn't run out of time for Paul Miller this time.
No.
I know.
We
I
finally
know.
Paul's
got back on the
awesome.
show.
Paul's such a cool guy.
Yeah,
He is probably
Such a cool guy.
the most positive person, or one of the most positive people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. For
Plus,
sure.
I like having somebody else I can nerd out about radio with.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
true. Oh, there's only a few of you that get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's a very small number, and it's shrinking.
Yeah.
This was cool, and if you were not here and this event comes around next year, you need to show up.
Yeah,
if
for
you can
sure.
check out our website, you can check out our social media, beerbusterspodcast.com, at Beerbusters, Twitter and Instagram. Facebook is Beerbusters Podcast. we're gonna have pictures and videos from this. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. And even if this isn't an annual event or whatever happens with this, as a couple of the guys were telling us, this is like Hopheads is going to start doing more big events like this. So definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, this is proof that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
This was really
Well,
awesome.
I guess that's what happens when you go to so many events throughout the year. Like, you kind of see what works and what doesn't. So they took their
That's
time
true.
going to other people's events to learn how to craft their own. Very well done.
And for those of us that go to so many events, this was sort of refreshing because it was something different.
Yeah, it wasn't just beer.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of breweries that are here.
Yeah.
And the rest is just the music and the bikes.
And they're some of the most
skateboards.
kick-ass breweries,
Yeah, and
too.
they're the best breweries that could be here.
That is very true.
Apologies to Evergreen. Bruce was supposed to be here, so we're kind of bummed that we didn't get to have him on. But Evergreen was also here serving up some awesome beers.
Speaking
and
of
we love
Evergreen, I want to give them a quick plug besides saying that they're here and their beers are great. I was there the end of March for a friend's birthday, and they had the best fried chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life. It was incredible. The beers are always fantastic.
The food there is awesome.
But the food is insane.
The beers are great, yeah.
We
but
also
the
got
food is
the
awesome,
obligatory
too.
giant pretzel as well. You have to do that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that fried chicken sandwich, there were pickles on it, and I kept them on my sandwich, and it was incredible.
You get a high five for that.
Yeah.
I think I eat pickles now, by the way.
I
Good job.
realized
I'm proud.
something recently that chicken and pickles,
Chickles, if you will.
Chickles, an amazing combination.
Yeah.
In The Hobbit, when they're eating at Bilbo Baggins' house,
Bilbo.
Gandalf asks for cold chicken and pickles, and that sounds delicious.
I stopped listening.
Cold chicken and pickles.
Yep.
All right. I hope you're able to get that soon.
Our next event is Effort Beer Fest, so
Yes.
if you haven't secured your tickets yet, what are you waiting for?
Yes,
Please
and
do.
we are recording there
Yeah,
instead
for
of
the
just
first
going.
time.
We are
We-
recording.
It's
That's going to be fun.
I hope it doesn't rain.
That's an awesome fest.
Because we have a tent thingy, but it kind of has some holes in it, and we're too
Yeah.
poor to buy another one, so
We'll
I might
figure
have
it
to
out,
bring
even
some
if it
duct
does.
tape.
That is why you should go to patreon.com/beerbusters
Yeah, help us.
and become a patron.
See if we can buy more stuff.
We can get a mixer that actually fucking works, but we can also get a tent without holes. Please.
And thank you to Kathy and Jill for actually listening to the entire episode.
Yes. And thank you to anybody who has made it this far
Yeah.
in the episode. You rock. And you should... We haven't asked people to do this in a while, but if you can leave a review on your podcast app of choice,
Yeah,
rating and
do
a
that.
review for any podcast that you listen to, it helps all of them out, and we can only do this. Podcasting is like a word-of-mouth thing.
Yeah.
So if you don't
Yeah.
share the good word, nobody's really going to get anywhere. So please, podcast app of choice, whatever you feel is appropriate. But unfortunately, this does bring us to the end.
7 out of 7 pickles.
Exactly. Of another episode of Beer Busters. Seriously, this event was great. And kudos to Bart and the gang at Hopheads. This was awesome. And I hope they get to do this again. But if not, whatever event they have planned is sure to be a fun time. And, of course, thanks to all the breweries that were on, too. Thank you for listening out there. My name is Dan Baker. I am joined by my co-host and brewerologist,
Steph Hefner.
and, of course, the demented and fermented
Wayne Baker.
Remember, no squids were harmed in the making of this episode. But we'll see you next time.
I could pound that all day.
That was exactly what I was going to say. There's so much time left in the music. Oh my God, when does it end? Wait, is the podcast
Now.
over? Now the podcast is over.
This is the end of the podcast.
This is the perfect time to leave a review.